play Diggy Hole.
Is this all in one review? They have to turn tragedy into entertainment.
It's for the Ghostbusters reboot.
And then the next episode, Mike's back as a green guy. He's puppeteering.
Oh my god!
Are they gonna? Do you think they're gonna make a sequel to the Ghostbusters reboot, or was it too much of a flop?
They're not. No,
I
no
don't
way.
assume so.
Paul Feig is still mad about it.
The only way I can see them doing that is Paul Feig, whatever how you pronounce it.
What did you say?
I didn't say that. Paul Feig, whatever his name is.
Do you think he actually believes that what he did was right, or do you think it's cynical and he's just pretending?
He's crazy. There's videos of him being like, men are
right?
fucking stupid. Women are funny. Men are not. He's just an asshole.
I never saw that film.
It's awful.
I've heard it.
Oh, we all saw it together in theaters. That's the first time I ever met Julian and Ding Dong.
Yeah, we were there, and it was really uncomfortable.
Matt, doesn't Amy Schumer look like Elmer Fudd a little bit?
It's kind of like, yes.
I thought I saw a joke here somewhere.
Shh. Very, very quiet. I'm hunting jokes.
Be very quiet. She can't see me because I'm a joke, and jokes aren't real.
That was good.
My sister asked me, she was like, do you like Amy Schumer? And I was like, no. And she was like, why? I'm like, I don't think she's funny. And she was like, you just don't get girl humor. And I'm like, it's not girl humor.
There's no such thing as fucking gender.
I don't think she's funny.
Gender-full humor. That's not a thing.
They're funny female comedians.
Humor.
There's funny. My fucking problem is not with the fact that it's ladies. That has nothing to do with it. It's just not funny.
Jokes.
Why?
Jokes are stupid.
Humor is subjective.
I'm Julian. I hate.
You know, I think I laughed more than you guys did.
Well, I think one of the main problems with Amy Schumer is that she delegates a lot of her humor to just female-centric stuff. And, like, yes, male comedians do that too, but they also go very general, and they can bring in everyone to kind of have that, like, oh, I do that too. And humor in of itself is very relatable and gets you to recognize things. And when Amy Schumer throughout her whole special kind of only delegates that to one demographic, I think it makes her fall flat as an overall comedian to a mass audience.
But there's a lot of comedians that will take stuff that, you know, might be subject matter to, women and then make it a part of their routine, and it still plays out just as well. Like,
because they play to a general crowd.
Yeah,
like, if
exactly.
the joke's my vagina stinks because vaginas are gross, then it's not going to really sell well.
Hold on, is that a real joke she did, or is that?
Yeah, she's like, my pussy smells like a whatever. It's just her vagina stinks because it's sweating in my jeans all day or whatever.
My vagina stinks
my nuts
because
stink.
I don't wash.
I've never understood. Can you? We have four guys besides me in this room because I'm a guy as well. I have a penis.
Really? So we have 5 guys in the room, Julie.
Can you explain to me what it? I always hear it described like, oh, there's a pool of water in my underwear.
I don't have a vagina,
What the
Julian.
fuck
I don't know.
No, I fucking Louis C.K. had a bit. Like, I hear that from different people. They're like, oh, water sits in my underwear.
What?
What does that
what are you
mean?
talking
I think it means
that
peeing
doesn't
yourself.
happen. That doesn't happen to me.
It's because the jokes are so funny, they become wet and are attracted to
I see.
the comedians
I see.
instantly.
Wait, Julian, is this like something women say, or
No, men. I hear people say like, oh, around my ass crack, there's a lot of water.
It's because they don't wipe. My ass does sweat, and I have to go in the bathroom and wipe
I don't
the
get
sweat
fucking
sometimes.
pools of water.
I do. I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I do. So
I do too.
Every
have a
comment.
sweaty
It might be
ass
because we're
crack.
skinny or something.
Well, no,
And we
actually,
just, have cheeks too.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll get swamp ass so bad that you can see
Swamp ass,
it through
that's-
my pants. One time, I went out to dinner with my girlfriend at the time's parents, and I was wearing shorts, and I was nervous, and it gave me swamp ass. And when I stood up, there was just a big wet spot on my ass, and I tried my best to walk behind everyone when we left the restaurant because I didn't want them to see that I had.
As a man
shit
who's like
myself.
3 times as big as you, shouldn't I have more sweat?
I think it's because Ross and I have smaller, bare-boned asses, so
Yeah.
it's easier. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You
the shot
come
to
from the
this.
desert, Julian.
I don't come from the
bred
desert.
for it.
I come from the jungle.
No, you don't.
I come from fucking the big stone pyramids.
I taught Mexico.
I tossed little men down the stairs.
You did that? That was you?
Dude, that's my
me.
favorite
Whoa.
fucking level in Clan of Julian.
So I remember every year I went to Comic-Con because I used to go. I don't go anymore. But I would have to bring, because the first year I got like what do you call it, like ass chafe so bad that it like hurt. and I like didn't want to walk around.
Did you shave your ass? Is that why?
No, it just swamp ass combined with like just I guess a rash forming.
Swamp ass will give you a rash.
Yeah, exactly.
You get jock itch on your ass.
Yeah. So like, what I started doing is every Comic-Con I would bring like the powder, and I like powder my asshole, and then that would like let me go to. Well,
lay you down and
lay me down and
I used
to sprinkle it like the guy sprinkling like salt on the and so like I started doing that, and Comic-Con became a lot more enjoyable for me.
I used to go to the beach and get like rashes because of the salt water and the netting of the bathing suits.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
And to fix it, my stepdad would hand me a Budweiser and tell me to put it in my swim shorts, as that would fix the problem.
It's because you see that he meant for you to
just gave
open
me a
it
can
and
of
pour,
beer and
it's
just
the
put that in.
alcohol. The alcohol kills all the bacteria.
Wait, really?
I think he just wanted it.
I'm being silly.
I think he just wanted me to warm it up for him.
Did you guys
warm it up?
Here, son, put this between your thighs and warm my beer.
Who wants
My
warm
lips
beer?
will touch it later.
Did you guys ever like go to the beach and get like gross like salty nipples that hurt?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're
Like
talking
sometimes
about.
when I'm like,
so.
because they're swimming in the ocean sometimes,
Yeah.
and then my nipples start to sting because like all the salt water. Is
Yeah.
this not a thing?
Well, I would
Chris?
get that, and I would be surfing too, and then my nipples would chafe and bleed.
Why,
happens to me all
why
the
did you
time.
both look at me for?
I don't know.
Because you have the biggest nipples.
I got normal nipples.
Show me your
Normal
nipples.
nipples.
They're normal.
biggest nipples.
I probably do.
They're pretty big nipples.
Fucking normal.
Let me see.
I have 3 nipples.
They're the exact
No, you
same
don't.
size as Matt's, except my titty fat is bigger.
I
See
can't
that
see it.
nipple? See
I have
that-
more
see
titty
that
fat
mark?
than you, Chris.
Okay.
That's not fair.
You guys tell.
It feels like a real
You guys
breast.
tell me.
Holy shit, that is a huge nipple. Whoa!
Julian.
Julian.
Damn.
Julian.
Listen, guys fucking love it.
It's fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
do.
See
Got,
this?
well, okay.
See this?
Yeah.
See this? That is a third nipple.
My cousin has a third
yeah,
nipple
it's
as well.
an undeveloped nipple
Can I
tissue.
touch it?
Yeah, sure.
Whoa.
So what happened is my grandfather and my dad both had the same birthmark, and my grandfather, who was a scientist, he like tested the tissue to see what it was. It's nipple tissue.
Actually, so to tell if you have extra nipples, basically take your nipples and then draw 2 lines from your nipples connecting to your crotch. And then if you have anything that looks like a freckle going down those lines, that's where the nipples will be. See?
Whoa.
Right? It's on that
Yeah,
line.
it's
see?
on that line. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I'm like a
see.
I have 5 of them.
I'm like a piggy.
Look at that. 1, 2. Who has a third nipple? Jennifer Lawrence? Not Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lopez.
No, some big celebrity has a third nipple. Like some woman.
Weird Al Yankovic?
No.
Ross O'Donovan.
Brad Pitt.
I have a
has
third nipple
Weird Al Yankovic's
that
not
I
a woman.
used to eat cheese.
He's a man.
That's Weird Al. That's my.
Jeez.
Ryan's giving me looks.
That was a good impression, Julian. It sounded just like him.
I like the part
Oh,
where Julian showed us his nipple.
It was huge.
thank you.
You have big areolas. That's what it is.
I think the nub itself is pretty big.
Can I see again?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man. Jesus Christ, that's huge.
Jesus.
What's with the Jesus Christ? It's like, Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
Oh, dear God!
Listen,
a
it's
bunch
not
of
the first time I've heard it.
like NASA guys in a control room. They see that on the screen. Jesus Christ!
And they all just start clapping.
No, I don't
Damn.
like that.
I love it.
That nub is bigger than mine.
Excellent.
God, Julian, you got some. That's the name of the episode. Julian's big ass nips.
It's a thing. It's everybody knows me, has seen them.
They know you for your
They
nipples.
fucking stick through my shirt.
Your
Even if I'm
areolas-
wearing a jacket,
Your
my
areolas
jacket,
take up your entire breast.
my leather jacket has little bumps.
You do well in a wet T-shirt contest.
Yeah,
Oh, I'd like to see that.
yeah.
Anyone have any water? You
Yeah,
could dump
right.
on Julian?
No, I would drink it.
I could use it. It's really hot in here.
It's fucking burning.
It's not
Burning up.
burning. It's just hot.
It's pretty hot, Chris. Could
Take
turn on
off
the
your
AC.
clothes.
You're pretty hot, Chris.
Oh.
Let's talk about trees.
Okay. Well, what about trees, Chris?
They'll kill you.
Have you ever fallen off a tree?
Yeah.
One time I was swinging from a tree by this rope, and the way, like, it slammed me against the tree and wrapped me around the tree, so I was, like,
Oh my god.
like
Like
tied
George of
to
the
a
Jungle.
tree. I
Like-
was tied to a tree. I remember I was like, because all the, like, air left my system. I was like,
Dude, it's like IRL tetherball, except that is
Ryan.
also real life. Yeah, there's like 2 little like Oompa Loompas smacking him back and forth.
I picture Ryan as a kid when he always tells all these stories because I've seen pictures of what he looks like, and I just picture this goofy little kid by
with
himself.
big old ears.
Yeah, just like slamming into a tree and screaming, and being, like tied to the tree. Just, oh man!
And that's when the man walked up and fucked you.
You Guess my trap worked. You fell right into it.
He put out a little swing knowing Ryan would stick himself to the tree.
Like a spider's
Just
nest.
lather the tree in like sap.
The swingman strikes again.
The tree rapist.
Tree rapist.
After he's done with the kid, he moves to the tree.
They still haven't caught him.
He lives in the tree.
He just lives up top. The kid gets
You gotta
stuck
climb
when
to
he
the
drops
top.
He's got a huge beard with like leaves and sticks in it.
He looks like Robin Williams from Jumanji.
Yeah, exactly.
Robin Williams. Oh, okay.
He's dead. He's dead, Chris.
Say who's Robin Williams?
No, I said Robin Williams from Jumanji looks like Robin Williams and everything else, but then I remembered he has a beard at the beginning.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, he does.
He says, "What year is it?"
What year?
Do you think it was a real beard? Or
I was
fake?
frozen.
It was real.
It was definitely.
I was frozen today.
He grew it out for like all those 20 minutes.
I wish I
That's
could.
brave of him.
I can't grow any fucking facial
Yo,
hair.
Peter versus Judy. Who would win?
Judy?
Peter, who?
You're right. She's older.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to say. But which one would you rather be friends with? What? Why are you laughing?
Because I don't want to be friends with either of them. Their
Why
parents are
not?
dead and they're depressed.
Jesus.
Well, it's true. They're really
Okay.
depressing and out of control at the
Yeah,
beginning of the
Chris
movie.
doesn't need that in his life right now.
I'm stressed out enough as it is.
Yeah.
Do you remember they made Zathura, which was like the weird not sequel but kind of the same thing where they played
It
the
was
board
the
game?
spiritual successor.
Yeah, and then she kisses her brother or something.
It's the same twist as Jumanji, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, she twists him.
Yeah.
Speaking
Twist his nipples.
around a tree like Ryan.
speaking of Jungle Kids, what was
is
the
a bad
name of the
Is the name of what?
what was the name of the cartoon show with the girl who talked to animals?
Oh,
There's the wild
Eli-
thornberries.
Wild
Yeah,
Thornberries.
Wild Thornberries.
the wild fuck.
Her face was
What's
where the
Nigel sound like?
at the
Do your best
bottom of the-
Nigel.
Thornberry. That's it.
He's just Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck you.
If he talked like that as the clown, I would have loved it in it.
Like,
Hello.
Georgie.
wait, so she was talking to animals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're talking to animals, wouldn't they just be like, me find, fuck, me fuck that,
Me walk.
me fuck too?
Walk here, eat berry, go away now.
Metal mouth monkey. Want fuck.
Wait, I just made a connection.
Yeah.
Correction.
Is Nigel Thornberry the clown from It?
The Tim Curry, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He's also
you
also
actually
he's
not
also,
know that?
What? I
Wait,
didn't
wait,
know
Matt,
that.
Matt, hold on. He's
He's also the
guy-
transvestite.
I don't think he would know that. Do you know Home Alone 2?
Yeah.
He's the guy that works at the hotel too.
Yeah, he is.
He's also the slime
Donald
monster
Trump?
in Ferngully.
He is a slime. He's Hexus.
Yeah, Hexus, yeah.
Holy shit.
Poison, slime, sludge, and shit.
I had no
Going to
idea.
rob Eliza's clit. This is the wild Thornberry.
I'm more of a
The
Miles
gun-
Thornberry's type of
I had a
The
birthday.
Gone Wild Thornberry.
I had a birthday where I went to the movie where they meet the Rugrats and they have the scratch and sniff cards, but like they didn't work, so it all just smelled like cardboard cards.
Smelled like Tommy's foreskin. Oh no, he's a Jew. Never mind.
He wouldn't have
It
one,
would,
dude.
no, he would still have foreskin. It's just old
just
and
not
dried
on
up
him.
somewhere.
Yeah. His parents probably. Do parents keep their kids'
cardboard.
foreskin?
No, they eat it.
Yeah, you eat it. That's the.
No,
That's the
Sometimes
that's the
they
actual
do, 'cause
tradition.
They
You eat
keep.
the foreskin.
didn't know
My
that?
parents kept my umbilical cord. That's like a thing.
That's
for
what
kids.
all
Not a
do. They
foreskin.
eat the foreskin.
It's. Yeah, I'm sure
No,
they,
they don't.
treat it the
Yes,
same
they
way.
do.
Ross, I'm 21. I would have heard about
Matt,
parents eating
Matt,
the foreskin.
there are
by
people
now.
who eat after birth. Yes, they eat foreskin
Plus
sometimes
Santa.
as a
If you-
ritual.
if you
It's
eat
a
foreskin-
ritualistic thing.
If you eat foreskin, leave a comment below.
Tom Cruise ate his child's placenta.
Yeah, that's a Scientology thing.
Yeah, it's fucking.
They
great.
also have to be
Jesus,
birthed in
child.
the dark or some shit. I don't know.
That sounds spooky.
Tom Cruise has to be there for every Scientologist birth.
Can you imagine birthing a child in the
child.
birthing a child in the dark?
Pretty
and
chill
you just, like,
child.
you just it comes out and you hear dunk dunk. He's like, shit, where'd it land? Where'd
It'd
it
be
land?
dead. It just dropped and just hit its floor.
I can't imagine.
They could have done it in a bouncy castle.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be a nice
Ooh-wee.
birth.
Then the kid, he has a happy first experience in this world.
Yeah, maybe grow up to be a clown and be Tim Curry.
I'm always scared because it's way too easy to kill a child.
It is.
It is. It's very easy to kill a
You
kid.
just shake it a little and then
Not-
the neck goes whoop.
Not
and then
speaking
it's-
from experience, but it
gone.
is easy to kill
All
a
you
kid.
do is scream, "I'm Chris O'Dale!" in their faces.
and they
Kills
die
quite a few.
instantly. They go, "Oh, I know you."
I'm sorry.
Their last words.
Wha-
Can I be on Doodle?
Doing stupid shit to babies to make them scared is really funny. Yeah, like if you just open your eyes really fast and they just like
they jolt back.
One time, I actually hurt my friend's little brother when he was a baby.
Oh my god, you monster!
Yeah, I know. So do you remember those things? I don't know what they were called. They were like dragon riders or something, and you'd spin this this thing.
Not
Beyblades, but their arms would go out, and then they'd spin.
Bakugan.
No,
what is it?
It's like a helicopter man.
I know what you're talking
when
about.
When you pull it, they spin really fast and go like a helicopter.
Did you put one in his rectum?
No, we were me and my friend, we were hanging out, and then we let it rip, and then it went flying, and we were like, wow, this is really fun. And then it landed and was going down towards his newborn, like, not newborn, but like less than a year-old brother.
His open mouth and his
then
little
it just hit them. It just landed on the baby and hit it in the face, and we're like, oh shit, what? Oh shit. And there's like, and we're like, oh, we're in so much trouble. And then mom just came and was like, oh, he's fine. And we're like, but like that whole time I thought like the kid was kind of weird. I just thought like
her
maybe
and her
he's
husband
weird.
just fucking throw Beyblades at her baby's face all day.
Daddy of 5 throwing Beyblades.
Because the kid ended up being a little weird when we were growing up. I just thought like this whole time.
Oh,
as
you
a
fucked
kid,
him up.
I was the one that made him this way, and I was his origin story. But
you scrambled his brains.
Yeah, I did.
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Cool.
No, on what Chris was saying earlier, like scaring kids. I'll be out in public. I've done this before. It's not like
scaring
a frequent
kids
thing.
in public.
Yeah.
No, like there'll be a baby looking at you, and you make big eyes, and it freaks out, and then it starts crying, but no one saw you do it. So it's just like, oh, I just did that.
Whenever I see a kid look at me like a little child that probably can't even speak yet, I get nervous. Because
why?
Because I feel like it's gonna tell on me about something. I don't know what.
Do you have something to hide?
No,
I just jerking off in front of the baby.
Well, that's besides the point. That's just
what
just
happens.
a day out.
Yeah.
What if dogs could talk, and then when like your significant other got home, the dog was like, "Oh, you was jerking off."
Oh my god!
Why would your significant other care if you were masturbating? Isn't that normal?
Because they weren't there for it.
There's nothing more.
They want to be included.
They wanted to watch.
Like
the dog is trying to initiate a 3-way.
Oh,
I think a lot of listeners can relate to the uncomfortableness of masturbating and then looking and seeing your pet at the foot of your bed just staring at you, just like calmly just staring directly at you masturbating.
That's something I've had to get over like completely.
I just have to push him off the bed and be like, go away.
Or your cat like walks up to you while you're on the computer and like rubs against your leg. And you're like, stop! This is like, not the time, friends.
Oh, please stop!
Did I ever tell you guys about the IHOP kid that was like it was like a movie scene?
No.
So I was eating IHOP and I was with my friend, and then this like
Was it me?
no, this was like in Philadelphia, but this little fucking toddler came up behind me and it was just he put his head up to my like head. But I didn't see him yet, but he went psst, psst, and I was just like, fuck. I look around and see this kid just like looking at me like with his hands on the chair. I'm just like, yeah. And he didn't say anything, so I look around and then he's like, psst. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And he just kept doing that for the entire time. He wouldn't say anything to me.
Wow.
He was just freaking me out.
You should have stuck your fork in his nose.
It was Tim
I
Curry.
just lifted him off the ground. It's Tim Curry.
Yeah.
If he talked like Tim Curry, I'd freak out.
Hello there, I'm a little boy. Welcome to IHOP.
Remember that time we went to IHOP and we were out in the parking lot?
What happened? The farting?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Really fucking funny.
I still got the footage of that.
Yeah, I still watch that and laugh sometimes.
I'll send you the footage for this podcast.
Thank you. I'll put the audio right here.
Oh, funny stuff.
It is.
Good job. Yeah, farts, flatulence.
I saw Despicable Me in theaters.
You shameful fucking
No, okay. So
What were you about to say, Julian?
Listen, what are you gonna say, dude?
little boy.
Okay.
I went with my friend because he had to take his little sister, and he's like, "Do you just want to go with me?" So I was like, "Yeah." I went, and we were, besides parents, I think we were the oldest people in the theater, and there was a birthday party in the row behind me, and all the kids.
Oh my god.
What they do is like they repeat every line that's funny, and they like
Lord.
they clap and they laugh and scream. And the kid behind me decided halfway through the movie he was gonna stand up and watch the movie standing up by holding onto the back of my seat. So he started like he'd climb on the back of my seat and actually breathe down my neck where I could feel his hot kid breath on my neck. And when
Fucking sexy.
And you found and you felt your penis unraveling, kind of like
Unraveling.
Yeah.
It's all rolled up.
Yeah.
and he started shaking the chair every time he would laugh. He'd be like, just shake the chair, and he would touch me. And
Sounds great.
Yeah, like what's the problem?
I don't know. Where
Did you have to
going,
like sue him and like go to court and show where the
This
dog
child was
touched you?
sexually harassing
He
me.
was breathing down my neck, and and laughing.
was reverse pedophilia.
Can you report a child for sexual assault?
No.
I think
think
maybe.
Just spray him with water.
What if he's like a little baby genius? Like he knows
Like
what
a boss
he's doing.
baby, dude.
Yeah, like a boss baby.
Boss
but he's
baby?
like he's a boss pedophile.
How many
baby.
people do you think out there want to be raped by the boss baby?
I think there's
Jesus Christ.
Like 80
I
around.
Be raped by the boss baby, Julian?
I guarantee you somebody out there.
He's trying to make himself feel better. I called the boss baby and he came to my house and
Percentage
raped
of
me.
them do you think they're old Indian men?
Oh, the boss baby.
I fucking love the boss baby.
I want him to come in my window at night.
It's perfect fucking skin, my friend. My wife won't talk to me.
My wife. I want my wife to watch helplessly.
The boss baby came to my house.
I saw him in my fucking dreams. It was the prophecy.
It's a spiritual experience.
What if like that kind of like thing generated like an ISIS type situation?
like a fucking ISIS cult that like hailed the boss baby.
Yeah. If you do not like the boss baby, you
Second
must
coming
go.
of the boss baby.
Oh god.
We will spoon your insides out.
Believe in the boss baby will fucking kill you.
Don't equate Muslims
To boss baby.
with.
Don't equate Muslims to boss baby.
That's the number one
It's a
commandment
false
of Islam.
equivalency.
Yeah.
Equivalency.
Equivalency.
Oh my god.
It's the first rule of Sharia law. Call the boss baby when he comes to your house.
Worship the boss baby.
I'd love for there to be like an instructional video in the Boss Baby movie about Sharia law.
How to pray to Mecca 5 times a day.
Holy fuck.
You got that right.
God, can I turn on the AC, guys?
Yeah, it's
That was balls. I'm gonna turn on the AC.
Leave a comment below if we can turn on the
Why don't we
AC.
take a 10-minute break?
I'm okay with that. I really need to pee.
Yeah, just a 10-minute break. And
Yeah, I
we'll
need
cut
to
it
pee.
out.
I
We'll
want
pull
a
it off.
snack too.
Stop the recording. Oh god, rings go.
Hey guys,
We're back from lunch.
squad of law.
We're off.
What's that?
I wonder what's for dinner.
My boy.
But I wonder what's for dinner. After this an Octorok.
Welcome back from the.
Welcome back to biggay.org. Slash.
Is that taken? Can we take
let's
that?
check it. Let's
Or is
Not
the
apparently
podcast-
somebody's gonna buy it.
Biggay.org.
They bought the other. What did we say?
Baringo.
Bargingo.
Bargingo?
See if that exists, Matt. Big
Like,
gay. What was it? Biggay.com?
Biggay.org.
Biggay.org.
All right.
What do you find?
No, it's not.
It helps big gays.
You landed on biggay.org. This page is parked free, courtesy of GoDaddy.com. All
There
right,
you go.
You guys know what to do.
Where does it redirect to?
My Twitter?
Oh, I'm sad. Ding Dong was supposed to be here today, but
He,
died,
he's
couldn't make it.
He's a miserable little wreck. They're doing construction next door, so he didn't get any sleep.
miserable little wreck.
He was stuck working on Clash of Ding Dong.
Julian.
He's programming the new game, Clash of Julian.
on Clash of Julian.
Oh man.
Is Julian's one Clash?
We love you, Ding.
It's Clan of Julian.
Clan. So we changed it to Clash.
Julian, these
The rigging is all wrong, Julian.
I didn't make it. Luigi, remember he said that? I gotta no more YouTube poops.
Turn off your phone, Ryan.
My phone's off.
that was me.
Ross, weren't you gonna say something about your first experience?
Oh yeah, we were
was mad
talking
as always.
at lunch when we took a little break here. We were talking about, I don't know how we got onto it. We were talking about hentai, and I said that the first time I saw hentai, and I was just telling the story of like someone asked me about this recently, and I was telling a story about the first time I saw hentai, and when I was explaining it, I was just like, oh, he was a pedophile.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because you just explained it like it's this guy that's like, hey, look at this. How does this make you feel? And you're like, pretty good.
Yeah, like
oh,
this-
so good. It looks pretty cool.
I was on this chat
terrifying.
service. I would have been like 13, and I remember this guy was in the chat room, and he's like, "Hey, look at this link," and I clicked on it, and it was like Jasmine getting fucked by Aladdin or something. I guess is that hentai still?
Is that hentai?
I don't
It
know.
counts.
It's not. Hentai's like anime. I don't know.
I think that's just, I don't know what hentai is.
just
I don't know.
adult.
Hentai's rad. Whatever.
It's adult cartoons.
Yeah. So like, fucking the. Then what happened was he just goes, how does it make you feel? I'm like, yeah, I mean, pretty good. It's
Wait, did he know you were 13, Ross? Because then that's legitimately a pedophile.
Yeah, he was legitimately a pedophile.
I don't know.
But
if
like,
that's-
I
is
just
that
remember
legit?
that, and I was just like, oh fuck, that was a pedophile.
I thought pedophilia refers to prepubescence.
Does it?
I had this discussion with someone. Apparently, there's another one. It's like if you're teenage, it's not pedophilia. It's something philia.
We don't want to be unfair to predators who go after younger people.
Yeah.
we want to give them the rights that everyone else.
I don't
You mean
want to
older
lump
children.
them all in
Yeah.
together. older children.
Give them a chance. They're only 15.
But yeah, I just remember that. I was just like, because who was I talking to? They were just like, we're talking about hentai, and I just said, yeah. The first time I saw it, I was, oh god, dear God. Well, never really thought about that as an adult.
When
Scary.
I was in Japan, I bought Chris some hentai. It's still at my house though. You didn't take it home. I bought you the little. It's the girl putting her little the small version of her brother inside her pussy.
That's perfect for me. I love
know.
that shit.
Well, when next time you come over, I'll give it to you.
Ryan, can I climb inside you?
Yeah, sure.
You know what? What's
You need a snorkel.
Matt? What's your favorite hentai?
I don't have a specific favorite hentai. I don't watch hentai.
You didn't watch Teen Titan hentai on
No, you should. Okay,
xnxx.com?
funny joke, but you.
I actually
Yeah, Zone's awesome.
Zone's fucking. When
That's
Zone
one of
was on Newgrounds, I was like, this
What are we
guy's
talking about?
fucking incredible.
Zone? You never saw Zone?
No, I don't know what's in
You don't know what Zone
You know what
is?
Zone is?
I'm sorry, I don't know what Zone
He's like a
is.
Newgrounds legend.
Zone, yeah, he's a legend. He
Tell
makes amazing, really well animated parody hentais of popular shit.
Literally.
But he puts in the most. His stuff is better animated than most shit on the internet.
Did he do the one where Raven's been?
Yeah,
that's him.
yeah.
I jerked off to that.
That's
the
Zone.
best. Yeah.
He showed me that a year ago. Ryan was like, "Check out this video I used to jerk off to," and it was just a video of Raven being fucked by
Slade.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
What was his other name in the series? It was like Slade. And...
Why is that fucking okay?
What do you mean? Why is that okay?
She's a teenager. He's an adult.
Yeah, but
Teenager's
you were
18.
You were a little kid when you were watching it, probably.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's statutory rape.
It's a cartoon.
It's statutory law.
I used to jerk off to Simpsons porn.
Really?
That's
Ooh.
awful.
I should not be saying. My mom's gonna listen.
Matt,
to this.
I'm a furry and I'm judging you.
I did.
I don't know. I like Monster Girls.
Hey, nothing wrong. Let me correct the record here. When I said I jerked off to Simpsons porn, what I meant,
Sorry.
Bless you.
what I meant was in high school I looked at Simpsons porn once and I didn't knock it until I tried it.
Why'd you wink?
Fair
I didn't
enough.
wink at you.
Fair enough.
You totally.
I did not wink.
Yeah,
No, I
you
didn't.
winked at Ross.
I didn't fucking wink.
Yes, you did.
What, was he in it? Like,
Badly drawn, heavily shaded Simpson porn is the funniest shit.
there's a lot of it. I don't understand why.
It's like when Homer's head is on like a perfect muscly man, like anatomy body, and it's like heavily shaded with a coloring pencil.
I always just see Bart fucking Marge is what I see.
That's a big one for some
I
reason.
love that shit.
I remember when I was younger, I had this friend, Attilio. He was really cool, and we both loved Dragon Ball so much. And he came up to me one day. He's like, "Dude, you're not gonna believe this." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Before Dragon Ball was on Cheese TV, which was the kids' morning show in Australia.
Cheese TV.
Yeah, that's what we had. He's like, it was a hentai. I'm like, or like it was porn, and I was just because we don't know what hentai was, and I was just like, what? He's like, yeah, dude, it's like legit. It's online. And then he like sent it to me in private. Like my parents could never catch.
Just
shit.
uncensored Dragon Ball?
Yeah,
or
no,
like,
no, it wasn't
or
that.
like
It was like
actual parody.
it was
porn?
like really well drawn. Was it dojinshi? What did you say it?
Dojinshi.
Is that
Yeah.
where Goku's fucking Bulma?
I don't know. No, it was like
Everyone saw that one back.
No,
in the day.
it was
I
like
don't-
Goku
Ross,
fucking.
everyone saw that one.
It's true.
all this stuff that you guys have seen, I haven't seen because I have no interest in human characters.
That's fair enough.
How did this podcast evolve into us
Oh,
just
yeah.
comparing the different types of cartoon porn we've seen?
Because,
don't know, we were talking
'cause we
about
were
it at
talking about
lunch.
Ross's first boyfriend.
Yeah, my pedophile boyfriend.
Yeah.
that guy.
Well, did we solve whether he's a pedophile or
Oh, he was totally a pedophile.
arachnophile?
Shout out to
or
that
whatever?
guy.
He was definitely.
Arachnophile?
I don't know what they're called.
What are like
what are the other-
spiders?
I
Yeah.
like spiders. They're nice.
Julian,
Would you dress up as one?
Imagine one of those like kid costumes that has little legs coming off the side that
Yeah,
flop.
with little strings.
It's a good image. Just Julian swinging around on a crane, dressed as a spider.
On a crane.
Ding dong's controlling it. Julian,
Julian,
the building.
tuck in your arms, Julian.
Chris, let's do a song. I'll do the kazoo and you can do the backing track.
Okay, go.
Literally.
Go.
Do the Simpsons. Let's do
Oh,
the
Simpsons. Do Simpsons.
Do the backing track. I'll do the main.
Okay, go.
You guys should do the, and someone should go.
Okay.
I am. You do not want me involved.
Come
in
on,
this.
guys.
I am.
All right,
no
Julian,
rhythm.
Can you do it?
That's the next couch gag.
I
on, Matt Brainy.
I would die.
I'd like to point out Julian did all that rhythm with by banging on his belly.
That's what I do.
At some
slapping his
point,
nipples.
At some point during that, I ran out of breath and started just doing the mouth motions, and no one would notice.
And I just sat here quietly because I have no rhythm.
You
Which
don't
makes no sense.
Did you like it? Was it sounding
I
good?
don't have
It
rhythm
sounded
either, but I
great.
tried.
It's weird because as an animator, they're like, yeah, you should have pretty good rhythm and timing, and I feel like I have
How does that correlate?
But
No, it doesn't at all.
no, it doesn't really. But like timing is a thing in
Animation timing is you.
But it's not
spacing-
timing like music.
Yeah, it's spacing frames out. That's all.
I
it
know,
is.
but I'm saying when I say that, people are like, "That's really weird. You're an animator." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's not the."
Yeah, but those people are dumb.
I know. I'm just saying. I get told that a lot.
You fucking throw boiling hot water in their eyes.
That's how you animate.
That's how you handle every situation where someone disagrees with you. You always keep a flask with you just in case you have to pour boiling
little
water
thermos
on
of
someone.
boiling water.
It's just a gland. And
I have a contraption in my pocket that has a little
cervix.
lighter constantly boiling it.
Like I can play drums, but I can't play piano. But hypothetically, because you know, like with drums, you're doing 3 different beats at once, and piano it's just 2 different hand things, and I can't do that. That's why can you like? Can you play drums? And you
No,
can do piano, but can you play drums?
I've never tried.
Why not?
I just never had the chance.
Come over, we'll play Rock Band.
Yeah, we got Rock Band.
I'm
It's the
good
same
at
thing as
rock. It's
playing a
not
real instrument.
It's not. I mean, the drums are pretty similar. I guess.
fucking love drums and Rock Band.
I can't do it with the foot pedal thing. I go like I look like I should be in like a special little class. I look like
With,
this.
like, a bicycle
it's like
helmet?
I do that like very jerky kind of like I gotta get this one. Fuck.
Like do it all at the same time.
Yeah.
So you missed the note.
I am terrible at rhythm games.
I
Absolutely.
love rhythm games.
I'm terrible at rhythm games too, but it's my favorite genre. I
Ding
really
dong.
like
It's
it.
probably one of my favorite genres.
They should make
too.
a Sonic rhythm game like where you're
Called
like
Sonic Underground.
no like where you're like the fast parts in the 3D version like the 3D games. They're like known for being really bad because they don't know how to focus that. But what if they just made it into like a little rhythm thing and then they made the combat good so it's like 2 separate things?
I think that's
I feel like you know that game I can't remember. You played as like a little beetle or whatever. It came out for the
Buck
Thumper
Bumble.
or whatever.
oh the
Thumper. If they made it kind of like
Angel.
Thumper during those fast parts.
what is the little bug and everything's musical themed,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
What
thinking
is
like
that
if-
called?
Thumper? I thought.
Is it Thumper?
It's Thumper.
Thumper.
Yes.
Let's talk about like killing people.
Okay, my
Chris, I
favorite
wanna kill
method
you.
is
I want
is,
your pretty blood all over me.
What?
It's crimson.
You know what I'm gonna buy you in Japan, Julian? Last time I was in Japan, I found King of the Hill in Japanese.
Oh my god!
Why didn't you buy it right away?
Like just
was
a
like
show? Like it was a
$40.
like it was a dub DVD or something?
It was a dub DVD, but the whole thing, like the whole case, it had all of them up against the fence, and it was all in Japanese and stuff. Like, all
How
the-
would Hank Hill's ba transfer into like the
He does the sound effect that you for sarcasm that you guys. do.
What is that sound effect?
That's the kabuki.
Oh, I love that. I love that sound.
Can you try to like recreate it? I can't do it.
I need to hear it first. I need to hear it. You add reverb to it.
Oh,
Yeah, King of the
I
Hill in
can't.
Japanese, like Kuso Bobby-san.
It wouldn't be San, it would be Chan.
Are you talking about the sound that goes?
Bobby
Yeah.
It's called the kabuki.
Add reverb to it.
It'll go like
Okay.
You go. Yeah.
I love that.
He fell down the stairs.
There's no stairs in his house.
Oh.
I
Fell down the mountain. What?
I have a picture. I took a picture of the King of the Hill DVD when I was in Japan. Let me find it.
I want to hear that played on a shamisen.
Yeah.
I want to hear the King of the Hill theme done entirely with Hank's.
Chris, you already did that with Crash.
Yeah.
Let me
Show
see
me a
that.
picture of a baby.
I forgot I had that on my phone. Look at that, Julian.
What is that doing? Is that baby being waterboarded?
with milk.
Okay. I'm trying to do the harmony.
Oh. Wait, I'm trying to go. Okay, yeah. All right, ready?
Yeah, so yeah, go. Oh fuck! I can't get it.
It's hard.
Can't
it's
get
hard
it.
To do. It's
Never
tricky
work
thing.
at Fox.
I always do it when I watch a movie. I get the harmony right, but I can't do it without hearing
This is
it.
how you get a job at Fox. You have to play it correctly, or else you're
Please,
gone.
I can get the harmony correct, please.
I get it right.
Listen, I've been living in the Hollywood area for like 3-4 years now, and I still haven't seen that building. I haven't seen the giant
massive
Fox
20?
building with the spotlights everywhere. Where is it?
Oh,
The giant words that say Fox.
Yeah.
hello.
That's the studio.
You'll know it when you see it because it's the giant building that says Fox.
That's the studio, right? They've got like offices in there.
The offices are in the spotlights that swivel around.
Ryan.
So shit
Yeah,
gets thrown around.
Universal
everywhere.
actually has a satellite that circles the planet that just says Universal.
Let's start a
Yes, Chris?
Kickstarter to get that thing in the fucking sky.
Ryan, I want you to act out the situation, right?
What situation?
Okay, so that this is real now. This is completely real.
Okay.
Okay. Am I the only one acting here? There are going to be other people.
Doesn't matter. Everyone else can chime in if they want, right?
Okay.
So you get a call. You get a call right this second, and during this podcast,
Okay.
the guy says, "Hello, I'm from Fox, and I like your shit. I need you to come in today and pitch me a movie
Okay.
today.
Yeah.
Get in here in the next hour.
Okay.
Tell me the movie you're gonna pitch him right now."
Okay. Okay.
So you get to his office, you walk in, he's like, "Okay, now go pitch me this movie.
Fuck.
This is your chance. This is
okay.
your big chance,
This is
Ryan.
my-
If
this
you
is my
fuck
big
this up,
chance.
you're blacklisted from
Get a bunch
Hollywood."
of Fox execs staring across the table at you.
just like in suits and shit.
You're at the end of a huge long table, and they're at the other.
You haven't prepared, Ryan.
Like
you gotta make this
cartoonishly-
movie
They're
up.
all wearing matching Buffalo Bills jerseys.
You gotta make this shit up right now.
Go.
You gotta pitch him the best movie ever.
Give us the movie, Ryan.
Okay. There's
Yes,
this-
speak up.
Okay. Sorry.
What
the
was your
movie-
name again?
Ryan.
Oh.
Ryan.
Looks
McGee.
like a
Ryan
faggot.
McGee.
Anyway, go on.
That can't be a real name.
So I got
Gonna
this.
start crying, Ryan?
No,
Fucking pussy.
What a faggot!
that's what they call me. But anyways, so picture this. The synopsis is it's in medieval times. Everybody loves a good medieval
like
epic.
Game
Like
of
the
Thrones.
restaurant.
Yeah. What?
Mm.
Yes.
Oh.
Kind of like that, where you eat with your, where you used to be able to eat with your fingers. So this
Fingers,
exists in a
you
world
say.
in medieval times. There's this young little boy.
A whippersnapper.
Yeah, and he travels long and far, and he finds a caveman, and the caveman.
Hold it together, son.
I'm sorry.
This is a pitch.
It's such a good idea. I get so excited about it.
This kid's on the giggle juice.
So when he finds the caveman shows him how to be a real friend.
Is this a love story?
Yeah. It's think of Brokeback Mountain, but in medieval times with a caveman.
As executives, we like these stories of the boy-man love.
Yeah.
Why is he a caveman?
Because he's a caveman because he's stupid and he can't speak right. He can only speak.
Can we work in
he can only
Dwayne
speak
Johnson?
by-
Will he be the caveman?
the caveman can only speak by hitting a tree with a stick in certain kind of patterns,
Like Helen Keller.
like Gigantus Pithecus, Bigfoot. You guys know about that?
Yeah.
Know him?
I mean, yeah.
Of course.
So that's the way he communicates. But one day,
Oh.
the king comes and breaks the caveman's stick, so the caveman can't speak anymore.
Robbie Rotten now? Is he sitting in the boardroom?
Was this a special?
Look at this bitch. Just found.
So basically, it's all about the caveman trying to find the stick with his medieval little boyfriend.
Was it a special stick?
Yeah, it allowed him to speak, and when he hit trees in certain ways, it's kind of like a.
Did it say words?
It reverberates into words.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Well, it's a yes from me. What do you think, Robbie?
Well, you didn't hear the climax.
Oh, I want a climax.
Give me the climax.
Okay, so the climax, they
What
walk,
is that
they walk. The boys he has to hide the caveman because the knight's after him because they destroyed his stick and he wants to destroy his people. So he's like, here. So then the people come in and there's this big climactic moment where the guards and stuff walk in and the mother's trying to hide them. So she hides them everywhere she thinks, under her bosoms, like
Sexual humor
in a
for the
pot.
adults.
In a what?
Sexual humor for the adults.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like she can like. No, I got it. The caveman accidentally farts, and she has to act like it's her fart. No, think of
Like Minions.
it'll be like a very tense moment, like the beginning of Inglourious Bastards, where they're hiding the Jews. It'll be like that. But
Someone needs to add a fart sound effect into that scene. Under the floorboards.
I'm a hawk, and they're the rats. What was that? Oh.
What was that?
And he has to pretend it's him.
So that's the pitch.
And I say no.
Oh.
Get ready to go. I think it's a great idea.
Can you imagine if like the meeting was adjourned and they all just stood up like monks and started chanting the fucking the fucking Fox theme. You got the
Yeah, that means yes. That's how they say yes.
That's how they say yes.
they just all in unison do that. Thank you.
Did it go? It went well, right?
They accepted it.
That's great. I'm so
be
proud of you.
Little Boy and the Caveman.
Starring
You
Dwayne
fucking
Johnson.
sell out!
Fucking loser.
Starring Dwayne Johnson, Shia LaBeouf.
Buff.
Starring Jane
Jane Johnson.
I was like Jane
who?
Dwanson.
Jane Dwanson. I love that guy.
Jane Watson.
He's my favorite weffer.
Jane Watson.
That's just The Rock, but his head is where his
Walk
dick should be.
Who's what?
That's just The Rock, but his head is where his dick should be.
And his dick is on his neck.
He doesn't have a
Listen,
dick.
that's my ideal man.
I read on one of those threads on Reddit that's like, have you ever slept with celebrities? And someone said Dwayne Johnson's cock was like painfully large.
I believe it.
I don't believe it.
You think he has a small penis?
No. I'm just saying I don't believe that person had sex
Oh,
with
of course
Dwayne
not.
The Rock Johnson.
Of course not.
Julian is gay.
You can say that again, Chris.
I'm doing a really bad job. I've been trying really hard to not talk about my sexuality in every fucking
Julian, just talk about it,
appearance.
dude.
Julian, we're the ones
Listen,
who always bring it up.
It's too much. That is true, and also it's too much fun for me to turn down. Like, I really
Julian,
enjoy how weird
Julian.
it is compared to
Julian,
what.
can you feel a prostate orgasm in your dick?
That's a good question.
You know what? I
I'm
have not
curious.
experienced one yet.
What?
An orgasm?
Prostate. I haven't had my prostate stimulated
That's
yet.
what black cats are for. You
I
shove them
want-
up there, you
I
line
need
them.
to
You can
buy-
go to the doctor and ask him to stimulate your prostate.
It's gonna
for
happen
you.
to happen
Say,
sooner
hey,
or
doc,
later.
tickle my little peanut.
Can you actually do that?
Yeah, well, that's
Try
how they
it.
check for cancer. Yeah.
Doctor, my prostate.
Just tell him to check a little longer.
Keep
You know what?
checking.
I really feel it down there. I would just rest easy if you could check again.
Can I tell you a good story about the prostate exam?
Have you
Yeah.
had? a
No,
prostate
no.
exam?
But my dad
had
told
two.
me. My
No,
dad
you
told me back in
Yeah,
the.
Really?
Yeah.
My dad told me.
Gay.
It's pretty gay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Ross.
dude.
It's okay.
Felt
My
violated. Go on.
dad told me back in the 70s that there was a prank that doctors would do. So if another doctor came in for an exam, what they'd do is they'd be like, "All right, so could you please spread your cheeks?" And they'd be like, "All right," and then they'd like, "Okay."
They have you spread your own.
No,
cheeks?
I don't know if they did this. I'm just
You have to dress in
hypothetical.
like black.
I've never
lace.
had it done all right. So the idea that they do is so basically he'd be like, all right, so and then the fucking doctor would put his hands around the waist of the other doctor and be like, all right, I'm putting it in now. And then keep two of his hands there, and then get the nurse to sneak in behind and stick her finger up instead. So just like he just feels like he's getting violated, and the doctors would be just like, "Oh!" and
But isn't he still being violated since that's someone's finger up his ass
And
that he
they're
didn't
putting
know
their
about?
finger up his ass just for fun. not for-
the nurse was doing it.
Yeah,
it's
well,
totally
It was still
professional.
bad.
Well, the nurse is checking for his prostate.
That's true.
She's
yeah.
looking for it. She can't find it.
Like if I turn around while I'm getting a prostate exam and I see just some strange nurse just laughing with her finger up my ass, I'm not gonna be like, what a good little
It'd
romp.
probably be a friend, and you can finger your friends. I finger my friends all the time.
If I had a friend, I'm not gonna be like, hey, since you're my friend, I don't trust anyone else to do this. Can you stick your finger all the way up my asshole and feel my
it's not
hard
all the way,
prostate?
Ryan. It's to the second knuckle. And when I was in high school, I had a friend. He obviously didn't know what he was talking about, but he was fully serious. Like, no, the way they check for a prostate exam, or the way they do it is the doctor, they stimulate your prostate, and basically, if you come, that means you're healthy, and if you don't, there's a problem. And I was like, you tell me I'm gonna go to the doctor and he's gonna make me come by sticking his finger in my, and I believed that for years, that a prostate exam makes a man come.
It'd be a nice world.
I mean, he might have.
world.
He might have come.
It might have just been
He
something
might-
that happened
he
to
might
him. And
have
he's like,
Maybe
"That's normal."
he discovers some new feelings.
Could have.
Oh,
What if because they put you in those like gowns, like what if like they just did it
Ball
and like they were
gowns.
like tickling your prostate
Ugh.
and then all of a sudden you just get like a rock hard boner. It's like a new feeling for you and you're just like fuck, and then you don't want to turn around to look at the doctor because like the gown is like
Then he starts spitting on his finger to go a little bit further. Make sure you're super healthy. He goes.
Ew. That was too real.
He takes his fingers.
Ew, God.
I'm sorry that everybody just stopped watching.
Is that everyone's prostate orgasm doctor?
Everybody closed the window.
I don't bring him back.
I am the window washer. I come to wash and wipe your windows.
Julian, bring him back in song.
What the fuck is that?
That's Scary Stories Tell in the Dark.
Okay, go on, do the song.
I love my mom.
I love my dad.
I love my brother.
And my dad.
Ow! Punch the fucking lamp.
Are you okay?
What'd the lamp do to you?
I didn't mean to. I hate these lamps.
It was
They
looking at
always
you
pop
funny.
me.
Everyone hates these lamps.
I don't know why they're here.
They don't even stand up.
They don't
fall
balance
over.
well. It's just a hindrance.
Y'all, you broke it,
Oh,
Ross.
no, stop. You're gonna break the bulb.
Whatever, who cares? No one likes them if it's broken.
Yeah, but if the bulb breaks, then we're gonna step on the glass.
Everybody get this. God damn it, Ross.
Julian,
Oh, that's
swear to God.
God damn it, Ross.
Daddy, yes, or whatever, please fuck me. Is that the line?
Not right at all.
Yes.
Yes. Daddy, lie.
Is daddy fuck me, huh?
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny stuff.
God, why do we ever give that up?
I like fucking my dog
Every day.
Oh, you remember when that used to be on the radio?
I like fucking my dog. When I wake up, I get on. I put my dick in my dog. I wanna fuck them all. All day long. All day long. I am my dog every day. I am fucking my dog.
Arf, arf.
All right.
What do you boys?
This is the musical episode.
Chris, can you tell us a story?
I don't really have any right now.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy
come
who
up with one.
wanted to go.
Okay, come up with a story.
Let's do
all
the
the
thing.
way
Ryan, you start the story.
Oh yeah, I like
you
these.
do a sentence, then Ross do one, then
Okay.
Matt, then
These
me,
are
then
fun.
Julian.
Oh, I
then-
love these.
Okay,
Okay,
so
go,
I'll
Ryan.
start
Start
it
it
off.
out, Ryan.
Okay. A long time ago, in a land covered in ice, there was a troll.
This troll loved to sit under his old dusty bridge.
He had a nice little parasol that he'd pull out when the sun was out.
Parasol?
Yeah,
Like a little umbrella?
Why would he need that? He's
like a
under
little
a bridge.
frilly umbrella.
Whatever, it's the story.
Yeah,
Okay,
you gotta
sorry.
roll with it. That's fucking
So-
yes and.
Yes,
okay,
and.
Okay, but every time he opened it, it rained on him.
So
Yeah, we're getting progression.
he was on the brink of suicide, but he knew that he could hold out hope.
How am I supposed to come back from that?
Come on, Ryan.
So he was on the brink of suicide. Okay.
Yeah.
One day, he saw a small little boy with a yellow trench coat walk up to him
In the land of ice.
in the land of ice.
He walked up to this boy and he said, "Hold my parasol for 1 second."
The little boy took the parasol and opened it, and then the curse of the rain went on to him, and the troll was free.
The troll grabbed the little boy, ripped off his arms, and ran into the sunset.
Julian, finish it off.
The fucking end.
Yay!
Yay!
Can we end it there?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, y'all. Welcome to the little...
Hello, this is the 43rd episode of the Super Mega Podcast, or the Super Mega Cast. I'm here with the one and only Matt, and
That's me.
Matt, we have a special guest today.
We do have a special guest, Ryan. I would like to point out we're very progressive. It only took 43 episodes to get our first girl on the podcast.
What?
It's the lovely Pamela Horton.
Hi! I'm clapping for myself.
That's fine.
Is
Perfectly
that
fine.
first girl? Are you serious?
Yeah, 43 episodes.
It's
in.
the first girl we've ever come into contact with.
And
so.
and you kind of didn't stretch too far, because I'm a girl that constantly gets confused for a guy. So
Is it the hair?
It's
do,
the
do you
hair.
really get confused
it's
for a
the
guy?
hair. It's also too. I don't have a very feminine posture, so like a lot of girls are like, like they
Yeah.
chest out, shoulders back, and I'm just like. I'm like slumped over,
Just mouth
usually with
breathing
my-
and-
yeah, oh yeah, and plus, I'm very, very, very much a Yeah, I don't like to wear makeup. I don't like to wear. I'm lazy. I'm just gonna say I don't like wearing makeup.
I have this weird thing that Matt, you know.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's not that I hate makeup.
It
makes me just kind of.
You're like I want to say you're scared of it almost.
Because it's if I see like bright red lipstick or like makeup caked on someone, like, and I'm talking to them, I guess, like I feel uncomfortable in this situation.
And as a woman, I feel that it really raises the standard of your own beauty. Like when you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, you have all this makeup on, you're like, freaking A, I feel freaking fabulous. And you take it all off and you feel ugly as shit. And
I'm gross now.
That is your beautiful form. And I feel that if women took more time to wear less makeup, they'd feel more beautiful in their own skin and feel less insecure. But I know that's really hard because, you know, there's a lot of media out there that would like Photoshop and makeup and, you know, selling you on all this stuff. And you have to really be comfortable in your own skin in order to not wear makeup. Or you could be like me, just be freaking lazy.
We've had a lot of sketches and videos where you've had to put makeup on. And every time we've had to put makeup on you're almost not scared, but you're like adamantly
against it.
Yeah, because
when I was... Does he shut down?
He shuts down. All of his senses shut down.
Let me put it this way. I used to play baseball.
With makeup on.
Yeah. And you know the stuff like what is it called when you put on your cheeks, the coal stuff? I didn't even want that. I didn't want that put on when my dad was like, when I was like a pirate for Halloween one time, a few, like 2 years ago. I'm kidding. 2 years ago. Like when I was probably, I don't know, like 7 or something. And my dad was like, yeah, we're going to put some fake dirt on your face to, you know, make you look like a pirate. And I'm like, no.
Dirt?
Well, pirates are always out at sea. Where
fake dirt. He probably was using real dirt.
But just slap some seaweed on your face and call it good.
Is there, like, do they use real dirt when they do people's makeup? Or is it like
probably use makeup powder?
They have fake dirt.
See, it is
so fake dirt is real.
Yeah.
So
you know, it's really
you're over
funny.
here making fun of me for like, what is that? It's fake dirt.
No.
right?
Well, it would be, was he using fake dirt, fake dirt, or was he using real dirt on your face?
It came with the costume. So it was like black smudgy stuff. That's supposed to...
Well, I'd also like to point out, pirates 90% of the time are out at sea where there's no dirt, so why would you put dirt on...
If anything, they should take Elmer's glue, put it on your face, and peel it off so you have, like, dry-looking skin.
like sunburn. You got scurvy and stuff.
Get some freaking scurvy, man.
Don't consume any fruit for a month before you get in your costume, so you really feel like you're playing the role.
I think I did with the whole Halloween thing. I definitely stopped trick or treating too late.
I did too.
I think the last time I trick or treated was actually in high school.
Oh,
I was in high school when I did my last.
Did you have kids with you, or did you just go?
I had a lot of kids with no.
I have kids.
Ryan
it was just me and
friends with kids.
It was just me and my friend, and like we didn't like dress up big time because that was embarrassing.
That said costume and then went door to door, and then people would like.
I got mad at people who did that because I'm like, they're just trying to take candy. But then whenever we went to a house, at least 5 houses denied to give us candy because they thought we were too old.
Yeah, so when I stopped trick-or-treating, I almost don't even want to say the age.
What was the age? Were you in high school?
I was 17.
So you were a junior or a senior by that point?
I think I was a junior in high school. I went trick-or-treating with my friend because it's free candy, and I love candy, and I don't want to give candy.
You do love candy.
I do love candy. I've cut back on it because it makes me feel like shit when I wake up. Like, at 3 a.m., I'll go to 7-Eleven, and I'll get, like, 3 bags of candy. And when I say bags, I don't mean, like, 3 bags of candy. I mean, like, 3 grocery bags of candy.
I get heartburn.
I'll eat like all of it, and then I'll wake up at 6 a.m. wanting to vomit with heartburn, and then I can't move all day because I feel like absolute garbage. But I was 17, and I went with my friend, and a bunch of houses were like, "You're too old to be trick-or-treating," and they denied me candy.
I had the short end of the stick. I was forced to stop trick-or-treating well before I was ready because I was living in a small town outside of Wichita, Kansas.
Okay.
And so everybody knew me. Like, everybody's like, oh, you know, they're the mom of, you know, the cousin of someone in my grade, or, you know, like, everybody knew everybody in the small. I had a graduating class of 90 people.
Oh, wow.
90? This wasn't a public school.
Yeah, no, it was. It was a public school.
It's in the middle of Kansas.
It's Clearwater, Kansas.
So when Matt and I talks about coming from like the bumfuck nowhere, South Carolina. Here you are coming from a place where you graduated with only 90 other people.
Oh, you must know everyone in your high school when that happens.
Oh, yeah. I just recently went to my 10-year reunion.
Oh, wow.
And went back to my 10-year reunion because, you know, like I kind of felt like I wasn't bullied at Clearwater, but I was bullied in middle school. And so it's kind of like hey, I did something. And, you know, I kind of want to like take a moment to like soak that in. And so I went to this reunion. I remembered everybody's names.
Do they remember yours?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you have? You said you were bullied. Did you have a nickname that they would like call you?
Snortin' Horton.
Snortin' Horton.
Yeah, that's what they
Did
call
you do a lot
me.
of coke?
No,
I'm kidding.
no.
In middle school, yeah.
I was really hard into that coke when I was like 10.
As we all were.
No, when I laugh really hard, it still happens. When I laugh really hard, I'll give one really loud snort. And
that probably won't happen on this podcast.
No, it probably will. Are you? Is that a promise? Like I won't make you laugh. We aren't about laughing
Not funny
here.
enough, Pam.
Oh, stop it! You made me laugh before the podcast even really started.
You hear that,
roll
listeners?
back.
Yeah, hear that, guys? That means we're funny in real life.
Validated by a real girl.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wait, so I've never been to Kansas, and I just get the impression that Kansas is flat and full of corn
And tornadoes.
It's actually wheat.
Okay.
Corn is Nebraska.
Are there any?
There is corn in Kansas, but it's mostly, rolling fields of golden wheat.
Are there witches on bikes?
No.
just curious.
Was that a Wizard of Oz joke?
No.
Okay.
I was just wondering.
Okay, no.
It's totally separate.
I'm actually getting ready to go back to Kansas because my parents are moving up to Washington, and my mom has MS. And I'm the only child that doesn't have a full-time job, so I'm going out there to help my mom pack up and move and stuff.
Yeah.
But every time I go out there, out here we have connections, we have industry, we have people, but we have, assholes, two-faced ladder climbers, all that fun stuff. When you go out to Kansas, you get the raw community. You get people who genuinely want you to have a good day, even if they don't know you. And it's humbling to go back to Kansas and feel that sense of community. Like, everybody really cares about each other. And so, I feel safe, like it's my returning point whenever I need to, if got a really bad relationship, I just need to go back to Kansas, reset for a little bit. And, I have really good friends that I've managed to keep in touch with, people that I've known for 16, 17 years. And that's a long time for me because my family moved around a lot. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel the same thing on a smaller scale. I mean, I'm from Charleston, which is obviously a big city, but it's not like a huge metropolis. And I feel the same way going back just to South Carolina and even going back to like where Ryan's from, Columbia, which is a much smaller place. Like I love
capital of South Carolina, where
good
all the good racist shit happens. They have
some
Confederate
good racists there.
They have like Confederate flag protests probably every month there.
Good
Classy.
fun stuff.
Just good people.
Classy.
But the thing is, they're all nice.
They're super
all the
nice.
people are nice.
Yeah, right?
They're nice to me, at least.
Well, I really like small towns. I feel like people are a lot more real, especially because I had never been to somewhere like LA my whole life until I think like 2 years ago to the day is when I first came to LA.
Whoa.
And I met you 2 years ago today, Ryan.
Was that yesterday or today?
That's today.
That's today?
Oh,
Wow,
look at us.
I just
Look how-
just stumbled upon that little fact.
Time has fucking
How
flown
did you remember
by.
the very specific day?
Because I have an app called Time Hop, which lets me look at old Facebook posts from 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I posted, just landed in Los Angeles.
Oh.
And then I met Ryan,
So, exactly a year ago, I walked into a room
where I was pretending to masturbate to old lady
to
porn.
old lady porn.
And that's how...
He thought my friend at the time. At the time, I lived with Daniel Kyer. He's really cool.
And I was expecting Daniel to walk in, and I was going to introduce myself in a funny goof.
Because he's the one that was talking to Daniel.
Oh my gosh!
So I was like sitting at
guys.
Daniel's computer, like I was like,
So I go into my friend's room to like find Daniel to be like, hey Daniel.
and
But
then,
no, it's
nope,
just
this guy he's never met sitting there with elderly porn on the screen, and I'm
How
pretending
did you time that? How did you okay, he'll come in right now.
I sat there for a good 3 minutes, just like pretending to, just like, all right.
I like how you're doing the motion too.
Well, I have to show
That's
what I'm
me.
doing.
That's not actually.
That's Pam making that sound. But then Ryan walked in. I turned around thinking it was Daniel, and I saw Ryan, and I was just like, oh, hey, dude. Hey, nice to meet you. And then I closed the browser, and then That's how I met Ryan.
Oh,
It was definitely a slow
God.
burn, you and I getting along at first. It was definitely a...
Yeah, that would be jarring. If I saw that, that would probably... Yeah, I would immediately not be cool with that
Just
person.
someone in your apartment doing that. And that's
Because
how
you
meet
didn't
them.
live there, right?
No. This was my first time meeting the two of them.
Oh.
I talked to them over Facebook, and then they were like, "Yeah, come
Oh.
hang out." So then I flew out to Los Angeles, and that's how I met them. And that's how I got my start out here.
Oh, man.
So thanks, Ryan.
Fun fact, I was actually born in LA.
Really?
I grew up in Kansas.
Really?
Yeah. So my dad is born and raised and lived the majority of his life, actually all of his life up until we moved to Kansas in California. And my dad is an engineer in aerospace, so he got a job. And, Wichita, Kansas is the air capital of the world.
What?
Most of the planes that you fly on are typically built out there, like Boeing, Spirit, Learjet.
Yeah.
They're all out
Did
there.
you get to fly on a bunch of planes when you were little?
No, actually, first time I flew was to come back out here when I was 23.
What? You didn't fly
Yeah.
until you were 23?
Yeah, well, because
How does that happen when your dad works on planes?
my dad works on planes. He doesn't fly them, so
But still, he could
It's-
stow you away on
but-
one for the experience.
Also, too, we liked. My parents were very much about the experience, and so whenever we traveled, we drove because you got to take little stops. You got to spend more time
Road
together.
trips.
You didn't have to. We went camping every year, and it was amazing. Like I've explored most of the wooded areas of California and most of the what would be considered camping areas in and around Kansas. But yeah, no, I never flew until I was about 23.
Wow.
First time ever.
Do you have like a scary camping experience with any woodland creatures?
Woodland creatures? No. People, yes.
Ooh.
No bear
Ooh.
stories?
No.
I used to
I
go on
wanted
Reddit
to-
and like read scary camping stories. Do you have anything fun and terrifying you could share?
So I learned from a very young age that I was prone to being pursued by pedophiles.
Oh, jeez.
And so there
God.
were multiple times because we lived in Lancaster when I was 5 years old. First time actually, I shouldn't say first time. I remember Halloween, but I didn't actually go trick-or-treating. Was my mom had taken my sisters and my brother out trick-or-treating, and my dad and I stayed home. And my dad was just, I think at the time, honestly, I think he was playing Link to the Past and was just sitting in the living, not even paying attention to me. And so I was getting ready for bed, and I'm just walking around in my underwear, and there was a man in our backyard.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I remember my dad going outside and like chasing him down, and I just remember being like, "There's a man in the backyard. Oh, what's he doing? That's
God.
It's nighttime. Go to bed."
They should make it mandatory for all children to carry like bullwhips. So if they ever see a pedophile, they can just.
Why?
Stay back! They're like, oh!
Pedophiles would be terrified of kids. If they all carry these huge whips,
They give them to the school, have lessons on how to whip.
how to whip a man in the face.
That would not go well in the South.
And then their theme song would be "Whip It" by Devo.
Yes.
Just whip it.
That song is actually about something else, though. The song's about jerking off.
Oh yeah. Oh
Is
yeah.
You know that?
Oh yeah. My dad.
So is
my
Tony
dad's
Japanese.
Oh god. Funny thing is, I was about to say my dad, and then just left it at that because that sounds really
It's like,
creepy.
that song's about jerking off. That's
my
weird,
dad.
'cause
That's
my-
my dad.
My dad masturbates. That's so. It's the similarities.
No. My dad is very into what would be considered untraditional music back before it was culture, like pop culture.
So your
Like
dad's
Yeah.
a hipster.
yeah, my
essentially.
dad is an original hipster. So we listen to a lot of Devo, a lot of Oingo
Yes,
Boingo,
yes.
XTC. I've said ecstasy instead of people like, no, you don't listen to ecstasy, you take it. Well, okay, yeah, okay, that's exactly what I meant. Thank you for the correction. I appreciate it. But my dad would, I remember thinking back, oh my gosh, I love this song. I'm going to listen to it again. It was the Little Girls song by
Oh
Oingo
my
Boingo.
God.
And I was like, I used to remember dancing to
That's a
this
creepy song.
It is super creepy.
It's not
and
a
I
bad
would
song,
dance
though.
in the living room of our house, and my dad would be like singing it to us. and I'm
How's
like,
the song go? I don't know.
goes,
I love little girls, they make me feel so good.
I love.
That reminds me of Say Anything has a song called Little Girls, and I love Say Anything, and it's like, and it starts out, and he goes, I kill little girls.
What?
Such a thrill to the world. It's like, it just
What?
starts off with that. And it's funny, I was working at this place, and there happened to be a teen mom, and I was single, and she was single, and so we went out on a drive and I just pressed the play button, and that song came up, and she seemed very uncomfortable.
Because she has a little girl.
She was a teen mom. She had a little girl, so it's just that song, and I'm grooving to it. I'm having a good time.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was an interesting experience because she was dead quiet the rest of the ride until I dropped her off because I was just dropping her off from where we were.
Did you play the whole song or did you just?
Did you just let it right out?
I didn't notice. It was like she like texted me or mentioned it the other day. I can't really remember too well, but she was just like, "That's that song. Like, why do you listen to that stuff?" I'm like, "It's not a song about killing little girls."
Even though the main lyric is "I kill little girls," and I get a thrill from killing little girls.
Is it about? What is it about? Tell me.
What's it about?
Yeah, what is it about?
For me.
We're like our perception of it, not the real meaning of it.
Can you break it down? I like sometimes.
That's what you were gonna do.
It looks like I was gonna put the whole mic in my mouth. If I talked with a mic in my mouth,
oh God, gross!
It would sound exactly like that.
Sometimes I want to stick the mic in my mouth, and then I remember everybody talks into the mic, like for hours, and then it's probably covered in disgusting.
The more germs you equate yourself with, the better your body is at defending.
Your immune system grows stronger.
So that's why I'm not afraid to eat stuff off the floor and stuff like that. I just think the dirtier I can be after I shower, because I do shower every now and then.
Sometimes.
Also, it could also just be the factor of being lazy. You know, like I don't give a shit. Fuck. I don't know.
I've always been one to eat things off the floor, and I've had friends that if it touches the floor, they freak out and they'll never eat it. And I'm like, the 5-second rule. Actually, on MythBusters didn't they test the 5-second rule? And it's like bullshit.
I don't know. I always think back to
is that even real?
I don't think it is. But like back before we had houses, back when we were like fucking cavemen and women, we didn't care of like the food was already on the ground.
They'd eat raw
the
meat.
ground was just there.
Well, but back then we didn't have a cleaning process for
a lot of people
food.
did die. True.
So I mean, but also too, our bodies were used to the shit that we put in it, and we died earlier. But like we've sacrificed the ability to eat whatever the hell we want wherever it came from to live longer. So
that's why when
there's a little trade-off there, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
I'd rather eat stuff off of the ground though.
Yeah, if I drop like goldfish on the ground and like someone's dog is gonna eat it, and they're like, "Don't let him eat that." It's like he used to eat raw meat like out of a dead carcass. See, I'm sure a few goldfish won't kill him.
No, not a few goldfish. If he eats like a whole fucking tub, you got problems.
You think?
I've done a bunch of research. Like dogs, like
that's the worst with a dog.
My dog Lego accidentally ate some Cocoa Puffs, like about like a good, like probably like I don't know, like 10 little circles, 15 little circles
puffs
of Cocoa Puffs. And I looked it up.
The cocoa variety.
Dogs have to eat a good bit of chocolate before something really bad happens.
Yeah.
I guess the most important thing is just watch them and make sure they don't show any signs.
Let them eat a little chocolate, guys. That is our tip of the day for the podcast.
Don't let your dogs eat chocolate.
Eat a little bit of chocolate.
What I'm saying is don't.
It won't kill them, but it'll give them horrible stomach problems.
Yes.
They'll poop everywhere.
Well, all I'm saying is don't cry and run around the house and think that your dog's gonna die if he ate a single puff of cocoa.
Well, our guest on the podcast, Pam, does have a message, and she says to let your dogs try eating some chocolate.
No, I did not say
it's gonna be linked to you. He is coming after you.
Oh no!
You told me that before the podcast. You said you wanted to let people know that it's okay to feed your dog chocolate.
I did not. There's no way I can prove it either.
She's flip flopping everywhere.
You just pry open their mouth, take some Hershey syrup, and just squeeze it down their throat.
But Hershey's isn't real chocolate.
Is it not?
You want to try that with my dog?
There is chocolate in Hershey's, but I actually found this out when I went to the Netherlands for VidCon EU.
Are you gonna ruin Hershey's for us?
I actually used to have a huge hard-on for Hershey's, but ever since I went to the Netherlands, they actually have laws against the cocoa consumption and the amount that you can have in chocolates. So everything is super high cocoa potency. They have chocolate there is real.
That's like the
not
best
just
chocolate.
Isn't chocolate bitter? Like in its true form, it's like super bitter, like dark.
But that's where you get the milk chocolate when they mix the milk with it, and it's not as bitter. But the milk chocolate out here is mixed with processed sugars and bunches of stuff that make it sweeter, but not necessarily more chocolate.
Things that are making me slower to move.
Yes,
essentially.
Exactly. And so when I went to Amsterdam and I had a hot chocolate there, it changed my life.
Oh my God.
It was life-changing. I had a life-changing hot chocolate. Who can say that?
So wait, Is it similar to dark chocolate, like cocoa?
It's bitter. It's like
is it like bitter like dark chocolate?
It's dark chocolate is a lot. It's kind of like more of that, like that raw. I don't like raw cocoa. It sounds so brutal. Give me that raw cocoa. But it's a lot of the sugar is reduced. The natural sweeteners are taken out, and it's just
it's
super
more of the
freaking
natural
bitter.
like actual cocoa from the cocoa beans. Which actually,
do I look interested in chocolate right now? Because
you do not look interested.
I can't. I actually, honestly, could never read your face.
You
so,
can't.
No.
Do I? What is? Do I have a very just kind of
a dead face sometimes?
Do I
in
mostly
the nicest
have a
way
dead
possible?
face?
What?
Do I have resting cock face?
No, but I see not resting cock face. I see it
That's
as like
something
an adventure because that means there's more to you. You're not putting everything out there, so there's more to discover and explore. You as a person are an adventure.
See, I don't know. I don't know how I come off to other people. So could
with
you?
Your hands or your?
I talk a lot with my hands.
I was making a sex joke.
Ryan doesn't actually know about sex.
Me neither.
Yeah, so
I'd like
we can't talk about that because his mom actually called me recently and said that on the podcast we were getting too close to talking about what sex is, and she doesn't want me to know that yet. So.
Oh, okay. So your mom listens. Hi, Mom.
She does listen. So does my mom. Hi, Mom.
My mom listens.
I think...
Could you say hello, Cecile?
Hi, Cecile. Hope you're having a wonderful day.
You say hi to my mom. You say hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann. Hope you're having a wonderful day.
There you go,
well.
Mom. Now she'll be happy because my mom's gonna text me and be like, "You talked about all this disgusting stuff with a girl on the podcast,"
and then immediately said hi to me.
Yeah, my mom will be happy now. There you go, Mom. Real happy. Please stop listening to the content I make. It's really embarrassing, and I don't want you to listen to that. Thank you.
Aw, that's support.
I've used the podcast as a way to nudge my mom in a direction of like she'd post pictures that I wouldn't want her to post on like Instagram, like baby pictures that like fans ended up getting, and I'd be like on the podcast be like, man, it really sucks that my mom does this, and then since she listens, it clues in, and then she'll stop it.
She's like, I think
for a
he's
month,
trying
and then
to
she'll
tell
go right
me
back
something.
to doing it.
I think he's trying to tell me something.
It doesn't work when I tell her directly.
Yeah.
If I'm like, Mom, please, if I ask her nicely, Mom, please don't do this. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if it's on the form of the super mega podcast, she has to
Then she's on it. Then she's on it.
She's like,
do you guys have issues with your mom accepting like friend requests or things from like fans?
Yes.
Or like,
not him.
No, my mom actually is completely out of everything. She sits
Good
back
for
and
her.
watches.
Good for her.
My mom interacts with the people, and I really don't think that's a smart move, Mother.
Yeah.
I just
Miss McGee.
I really don't think my mom understands these. So my mom,
these creatures.
My mom, my mom actually, and this is a sense of pride, and I feel really good that she does this. But every time I go back to Kansas, I go to my parents' house, and then she'll be like, "Hey, come walk over to Chuck and." I'm like, "Who's Chuck?" Like, let's walk over to Chuck's house, and I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "Well, I told him we'd come over." I'm like, "For what?" She's like, "He's a fan of yours." And I'm like,
no! Wait, what?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wait, like in real life?
Yeah. Just like she tells them before I get there that I'm going to come over. And then doesn't tell me or ask me at all.
Yeah,
and
because
then,
that's your family. This is a stranger.
Yeah,
100%
No.
stranger.
I'm talking about that's happened to me too.
Your mom
with
met a stranger online and had you meet them.
No, not a stranger online, but my mom. My parents have met people before that they'll have a son that's like, oh
that's
yeah,
what I'm talking
come
about.
meet
My
him.
mom
He's a
didn't
big
meet them
fan, and then I
online.
got
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like your mom just met someone online. I'm a fan of your daughter. Can I meet her?
She has done that, but not met them in person. Like
that's how we met. That's how we met Pam.
Yeah.
You see your mom just
us?
counting bills.
Yeah, just she's actually my internet pimp. But no, she's trying to take me to liquor stores where like the liquor store tenant will, just be like behind the counter, and my mom will like probably be talking about me, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I follow her on Instagram." And then she'll be like, "Oh, next time she's in town, I'll bring her to meet you."
Oh,
and then she'll
God.
never tell me until I get there, and she's like, "Hey, come with me to the liquor store. I need to pick some stuff up." And I'm like, "Okay." And I go with her to the liquor store, and they're like, "Hey, here's Ryan. You've never met him before, but there's Ryan, that guy right there."
I know you. I've seen you online before on Instagram. I follow
Here, buy
you.
some alcohol.
Do you want to
discount?
Can we take a fan pic? Can we take a picture?
I've done that in a liquor store, in a frickin' liquor store, because I didn't. Now at this point, I have to second guess when my mom wants to do stuff because she doesn't tell me immediately, and then it'll just be right there. Hey, by the way, here's this random person who knows who you are, and you had no idea that this whole thing was gonna happen.
And then it's like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
We've talked about this before, but you were just mentioning like you've taken a picture in a liquor store with a fan. We had an encounter. We've talked about this before, as I said, where we were on the highway driving back from Las Vegas. A car pulls to the side of us, and they go, hey, how's your, do you like your Fiat? And I'm like, yeah, I like it. It's a nice small little car. I can fit into tight little places, blah, 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 blah. They're like, okay, we were thinking about buying one. All of a sudden it's like, my daughter says, are you Ryan? I'm like, yeah. And then like, of course they see Matt and Daniel in the back, and it's like, oh wow, they turned out to be fans. And so we,
in the middle of the desert,
they took a picture of us on the highway while we were like driving the car. Just it was just this weird, just
so you guys were actually moving. You weren't. We were moving.
It was like slow, bumper to bumper, but
was it? No, it was not at that point.
It was pretty slow.
Not at that point.
At that point, probably still drunk.
I was very drunk.
At that point, if I remember correctly, it was not that traffic heavy. It was because we were probably going like 50, 55 miles an hour, just driving next to someone along
Not when
the
she
way.
was talking.
Huh?
Was she yelling out at you while we were going like
Dude,
50?
I'm picturing this scenario, and it's like
I remember I was driving
now.
and I had to keep looking over.
Oh, I remember like a slow crawl.
We ended up slowing down, but like when she first kind of like looked over, we were going.
Now I'm imagining we were going like 90 down the freeway, and she's just screaming over the wind like, "Are you Ryan?"
Does that come across in the fucking mic at all?
Yeah, I think it does.
That effect that I did.
I hate when you're in like the back seat of a car, or you're just in a car and there's one window down, and it's just that.
I can't do. Well, will that make you pass out?
It hurts your ear. It like hurts your brain.
In my head, like I start getting lightheaded and it starts.
Yeah,
could you pass out from that?
The inner ear thing,
it's like the pressure.
The pressure in your ear. That's why, like, if have you ever had labyrinthitis?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so labyrinthitis is when you're like basically part of the membrane of your inner ear is swelling, and then the water in your ear doesn't know where to go, so you constantly feel like you're drunk.
I've never had that.
I've had it was a side effect.
You've had this before?
Yes, I've had it. I had it for a very long time. Where if I wasn't like laying down on my back with my head directly facing the ceiling, I felt like I was like rolling. Like,
oh God.
Yeah, my body.
How long were you like this?
I missed 3 days of work. At the time, I missed 3 days of work, and I didn't fully recover for about 3 weeks.
Oh my God! How do you go about recovering? What does the doctor have to do? Okay, how does it happen, and then how do you?
So they give you like antibiotics because usually they say it comes from an infection, but my lady doctor thinks it was a side effect to my birth control, so he took me off my birth control, and that's when the stuff started to subside. But I was also taking antibiotics at the time, so it could have been the antibiotics or the removal of the birth control. Don't really know, but I'm just glad that it stopped.
I've heard a lot of horror stories about birth control.
Yeah, Ryan and I.
But like they'll eventually get put on the right stuff, and it like everything evens out. But like if you get put on just something that
it
you
messes
just
with the
don't
hormones
connect
in your body,
with,
right?
Yeah, well, and like a lot of girls, especially now, want to do the like no chemical, no hormones, no blah 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 types of birth control. You know, obviously I'm now 29. I just turned 29 last week, so
Happy birthday!
Yeah, thanks.
Happy birthday!
Aw, thanks, man.
I wish you a happy birthday now, since I didn't do it over Twitter.
It's okay.
I apologize that I didn't tweet you happy birthday.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
You seem a bit peeved that I did.
He opened my birthday present. So.
What?
That time you opened my birthday present for my mom.
It was a trash can. How was I supposed to know your mom sent you a trash can for your 21st birthday?
You make it sound like it's a piece of shit. It was a nice trash can.
It's a nice trash can, yes, but it's a trash can nonetheless. And we were talking about getting it. Besides the fact, sorry, Pam, go on.
Yeah, continue.
Let's steer away from this trash can conversation. But I've been on birth control since I was 15.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, right. But I've trialed and errored my way through a bunch of different things. I've learned that I have very, very low tolerance for hormones. So when I'm on a high hormone birth control, I'm a bitch. I am the worst. And also, too, hormones don't just make you mean. Sometimes they make you depressed. So when you start taking birth control and your body like levels out, and then you slowly feel yourself starting to get depressed, and then you think it's something in your life. So I went through this period of rapid, horrible depression because I was on a low-dose hormone birth control that I thought my body was dealing with good. I lost my acne. I was losing weight. I thought it was good, but I wasn't happy happy, and then got off of that birth control, suddenly was happy again. And so,
with the emotional changes that happen with birth control, I like is that stuff that does it create those emotions you wouldn't be feeling sad, or does it enhance them? Does it just kind of intensify stuff that's already there?
So this is, and I'm really glad that
I've never been on a period, so I'm
I've never been on a period.
I've never. So what I like to what I explain, because I feel like I'm a sentient cyborg as a woman, where I know when I'm PMSing.
That's how everyone sees women.
I know when I'm about to be a bitch, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm irritable, I apologize, get as far away from me as you can, because what I like to see it as, like, what do you call the
a period?
No, what do you call the periods? No, the gels that you put in front of lights to change the color.
Are you talking about the gels you put in shoes?
Yeah, no, the gels you put in, like the colored gels that you put in front of lights to change the color.
Yeah.
So the light doesn't change. How much light is being put out doesn't change, but the color that it exudes is different.
Okay.
So I imagine, as a metaphor, that you're putting up a different colored gel changes the light. The person doesn't actually change. A woman isn't actually changing. She just has no control over what light she's putting out.
Okay.
Like someone's throwing up this gel and she's putting out a blue light, and you're like, dude, that fucking blue light's not cool, but she can't change it because she has to deal with it for 3-4 days.
All right.
So, like that's the best way that I can explain it, but I'm aware, and I'm normally very, very much in tune with my body and my emotions. So when I'm feeling irritable, I'm like, dude, I don't know why, but it's really pissing me off that Ian put the toilet paper roll on backwards.
He always does that.
That fucking pisses me off, and I want to pick a fight with him, and then I'm like, why? Just turn it around. It's not like he was doing it to get at me. Like, it's really hard to navigate through these emotional mazes when girls are PMS. It's so bad, and I feel, honestly, guys, you guys are cool. Men and women who deal with women who are PMSing are freaking awesome.
You hear that, men of the world?
Yeah, you guys.
Can we get a round of applause for me and Ryan?
Fuck yeah.
You guys are so patient, and you deal with so much shit that you don't have to. But then again, power to those girls who deal with the shit that they're going through and have no control over.
Yeah, that sounds no fun.
It's not fun. I feel like whenever I have to be on camera when I'm about to start my period, I'm like, gotta center myself, gotta do something, gotta listen to some frickin' Queen or something, because I'm not feeling this, and people are gonna tell. Like, you guys know me pretty well. Like, I'm high energy, I'm happy, I'm bubbly. When I'm on my period, I am not nice.
No.
And I'm like, I don't want to talk to people. I'm just like, I'll just stare. And, it changes you. It really changes you.
Yeah.
And
I can't get in that mindset. Like, I can only understand the way you're explaining it to me, but I guess because I'll never experience it, I'll have no idea. Like, is it because I always thought it was they were irritated with what is going on.
No.
It is a hormonal. It is definitely 100% a hormonal change.
Yes. So like that gel works two ways. It changes the way that you see the color of the light and the light that it exudes. So it can be any trigger. It doesn't have to necessarily be a certain thing. You'll learn over time by being with a woman that there are certain things to not do when she's on her period. Like, you don't fuck with her chocolate. You don't fuck with her cereal. Don't mess with her drinks or sodas.
Don't fuck with her cereal.
Any consumable, you leave it alone.
You do not fuck with that cereal.
You hands up.
Can I hide little Easter eggs with tampons in them, and she can't get a tampon unless she finds all the eggs?
Oh no, that would. Oh, don't. You don't even. Practical jokes.
That would go great.
What?
Practical jokes during that time is not okay. You want to create convenience, not take it away.
So have them dangling from door frames just in case she needs one.
Well, I have I have a drawer in my bathroom that is like my period drawer, where I have emergency
chocolate. Does it have like a red flashing emergency sign?
No.
Caution?
It's just like when a girl. I host girls' night at my house, and I've had girls go into my bathroom like, I appreciate your girl drawer. I like it. I like your drawer, because you open it and it's got all kinds of goodies in there. It's got the tampons, the pads, the panty liners, and then it's got candy. It's got candles. It's got scented things. It's got wet wipes.
It's got it all.
It's like, I'm set up. I am.
It's like going into a bathroom where the guy dries your hands off for you. You got the mints and you got mouthwash. It's like one of those bathrooms.
Yeah,
fancy bathroom.
Because, obviously you guys know that periods don't, always happen like clockwork. Sometimes you'll be in the bathroom like, oh, fuck. Okay, well, shit. and then you have to take care of it. And so there's my take care of it drawer, and it's ready for anything.
You got that shit on lock.
It's ready for anything. And also, too, I'm support for life. So, like, in any game, I play support. In real life, I play support. So I always try to make everybody comfortable and make things convenient. So I know that if I'm gonna have girls' night, I'm gonna make a girls' night drawer where it's just like secret candy, other secret things that I can't talk about.
We should make a girls' night drawer.
I think that
girls will appreciate that. By the way, if you just have tampons at your house. Just, not to say that you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, but if it's their first time coming over, wouldn't they?
No. Why does he have tampons?
No. I actually, the first time that I started dating Ian, I came over to his house, and he had tampons in one of the drawers in his bathroom, and it was a lifesaver. Girls who were in that situation, they were like, oh shit, I don't have anything. I can't ask this person that I just started dating to go get me tampons.
That is true. That's a good point.
So it saves them the embarrassment, because they're not going to tell you, hey, by the way, when I just started dating, I started my period. It avoids all embarrassment, and in those situations, those girls will appreciate the hell out of it. And I'm not speaking for all ladies; it could be different. Some girls could be like, "Oh, what the hell he expecting?" Well, every girl
is he seeing someone else?
If she pulled open a drawer and there was a ton of condoms, that would be different.
Why is that different?
An expectation.
Condoms are normal. Condoms are way more normal to have than tampons in a guy's environment.
But I feel like condoms are stored in like a nightstand instead of a bathroom. Like, hold on, girl.
Oh yeah.
Let me go to the bathroom real
They're not
quick.
like in a candy jar in the living room.
When I was in college, like the dorms would have candy jars of condoms just sitting out.
But
they used to hand out free condoms
on Halloween.
That's a college dorm. That's different. This is your house where condoms are used is typically in the bedroom next to the bed. Bathrooms are where periods happen or period enduring things. Also, too, I'd also like to point out the fact that it's kind of funny and a little bit funny that I'm the first lady on this show. We're talking about periods.
Yeah, all we're talking about is like birth control and periods and tampons.
I have a story that I just remembered because we started talking about condoms. Way back when I lived in South Carolina, I had wings. And you know how they have, like, I had a dirty room, like, covered with trash, everything.
Now, when you say wings, what are you talking
you mean
about?
Like traditional teriyaki wings.
Yeah,
okay.
wings.
So I was thinking, I was still on the
Like you had
period
some Red Bull.
wavelength.
We're
That was
getting
like
there.
the wings of a pad. Like, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I was eating the wings. I got done with them. My hands were dirty, so I reached down to grab. You know how they have those little like
the
things?
wet wipes.
Yeah, the wet wipes.
I know where this is going.
Lo and behold, I just started wiping my hands with a condom, and it took me probably a good 3 full seconds for me to realize
that I was wiping your hands with a condom.
Yeah, I was just like, gotta get this wing sauce off.
I wish I could have just gone back in time with like a professional photographer just to snap the moment you realized you were wiping your hand, like wing sauce all around your mouth, all over your hands, and you just have a condom in your hands covered in barbecue
If my parents
sauce.
walked up and saw that scene, no, I swear,
son, son,
you can do whatever you want.
It's not the same as like embarrassing or weird, but there was. Do either of you have a fear of spiders?
Oh, I'm more of a roach. I'm scared of roaches.
Oh, okay.
Spiders don't really bother me.
I'm scared of anything that can go from still to scuttling in milliseconds.
So funny thing is, I'm not wearing a necklace right now. As I talk about a story where at nighttime when I'm laying in bed like trying to fall asleep, I'll like play with the pendant of my necklace. And there was one night where I was like sitting there thinking about like something was going on at school or something like that, and I was like playing with my pendant. And then I pulled on the pendant to like adjust the chain, and the chain didn't move. And then I touched my neck and realized I wasn't wearing a chain.
No,
I was twiddling a spider.
No,
I was twiddling on a spider.
I did that once. I was sitting at a table eating like a hot dog or something, and I was reading something, and I wasn't paying attention. I had my arm was hanging down and like touching the ground. And I was just playing with something. And
your arms can reach the ground when you're standing up.
I was not standing up.
You look like an orangutan.
I drag my knuckles on the ground as I walk. I was playing with something, and I didn't realize what it was, and it grabbed on to like my hand. I lifted my hand up, and it was just a cockroach just grabbing onto my hand. I shrieked.
Did you do the typical Matt shriek?
I did the typical.
Did you do that, or did you do the? Ah!
I just went. Ah!
Yeah.
Oh man.
I scare Matt on.
We talked about it 2 podcasts ago. How you like to run into my room,
but I have to space it out.
Me.
I did that.
He does that. He runs into my room.
I would do
naked.
jump scares with Amelia all the time. I actually have a compilation of all the jump scares that I did because she's so like she loves to play scary games, but she just can't. She's like she's so jumpy.
Yeah.
And so we had this basically any time where she was focused on something else was perfect opportunity for jump scares in the car, working out, in her bed, especially in her bedroom. Because she would.
It's like your zen zone. That's like you're comfortable there.
But she leaves the door open, so it's like an open invitation for a jump scare.
That's true.
I mean, you're just
if you leave the door
asking
open,
for it.
you're just asking for.
Like closed door means go away, asshole. Or,
some
whatever.
people would recognize that fact, Matt.
That the closed door means go away.
Oh,
Yeah.
I sense
No, there's a story we told last podcast. There's a story we
Two
told
podcasts ago. I
podcast.
told a little story where I pulled a little prank on Ryan when his door was shut.
And he knew why the door was shut, but he told someone to rush into the room anyways with a camera because
Just to try to scare him.
They're like, "Hey, go scare Ryan." So that was fun.
Yeah, go listen to episode 41.
It's exactly what you're thinking. It's 100% exactly what you're thinking.
Oh,
It was really funny. It was funny though. It was funny.
And this is like my first first week with Matt.
That was not the first week.
That was
I
the
knew you.
first fucking
No,
time
it
you
wasn't.
visited.
That
Yes,
was
it
like-
was.
that was like-
That's the first time you visited.
Now I understand why you guys had a hard time at the beginning of your relationship, but I'm glad that you guys made it through those hurdles.
It's like friendly bullying, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like friendly joshing.
I feel
Just
like
joshing. But you didn't know me at all, so I'm just like, what is this guy doing?
That's also a guy thing too. I don't think I would play a joke or two, but I wouldn't do something along
Are you telling
any
me
of those lines.
you don't Snapchat your dick to your friends like we do?
Oh well, I do that all the time.
I
but
don't do that,
Not
just to-
not.
Just to do. No, I don't do that.
Dude, and also too, I try not to snap my dick because I just don't want to intimidate people.
That
Of
is
course.
true.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a topic about games.
Lay it on us, Ryan. Lay it
Matt.
on us thick.
Matt has not been able to get into a certain game for some reason for the longest time, and I am.
I
and
feel like you're tattling.
I don't understand how he's not kind of gotten into it. It's Zelda Breath of the Wild. Like I've put probably 200 plus hours into the game already.
You have. I saw on your little friends list thing. It said it was like 200 hours.
I'm
Yeah.
at 300.
You're at 300.
And,
Mine says a few
but
minutes,
you,
which isn't true.
but you said you couldn't get into it.
I don't. Well, also it didn't help that when it came out was incredibly
Hype.
busy time for me. I was so busy at that time, so I kind of like while all my friends were playing it and getting ahead, I didn't have the time to devote to that because I was also I think
Did you feel like if you weren't playing it at the same time as them that you would somehow miss out on the discovery?
yeah.
or-
So I think that's another reason I haven't gotten back into it. But I'm not good at devoting myself to games. I'll start a game and I'll never finish it. I have a terrible habit of that. There's several games that I love that I have finished, but Breath of the Wild, I think I'm also like I'm intimidated by huge open world games that I know it's gonna take hundreds of hours, and I just get intimidated.
I
I just
can
become
understand that.
enthralled. Like it sucks me in, and I'm there. Like all I can think about for like a week or two is just.
Breath of
Well,
the
I gotta get work done today so I can play more Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, or you had your Switch on you at all times because you wanted to be able to play if you had any free time.
I have started bringing my
Yeah, he
Switch
brings
to
it to
the
work
office
every day.
so I could play Mario Kart and Zelda and Binding of Isaac and Kamiko and all those games. Just so like
good
when stuff
games.
is exporting and stuff, I can just plop it down in front of me and
Yep.
play.
Yep.
Well, like
I really like the console. People are giving it shit though.
They're giving
Switch?
it they're giving it shit because of because it is small. The only gripe that I have is the availability. Not everybody can get one because it's really hard to find.
They're probably doing that for the holiday season though, don't you think?
Well, it's also too Nintendo doesn't want to invest in a big release and having a bunch of systems that don't get picked up because they're innovators. They're testing the waters. They're trying new things and different things. So with innovating, you can't bank on the fact that it's gonna fucking annihilate the market. So usually what they do is they plan certain numbers, and then when it exceeds, then they start like banking them out, which is what they did with the Wii. Because when the Wii was announced, everybody shat all over it. They're like, motion controls, Wiimote, like I don't want to have to blah. Like everybody gave it so much shit, and now the Wii is what defined console and gaming and VR for the future. Like Nintendo innovates gaming, and so because of that, they have to bank on the fact that it may not do that well.
But when you think of this, is just a thought. When I think of VR and what it is today, then I go back to the Wii. It almost seems like the Wii is kind of like compared to all those other things, it was like a toy you got in a McDonald's meal.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Oh yeah, but I mean, like
Some
computers. If you
predecessor.
go back and look at like the first computers that were ever made, it's the same thing.
Oh god, I remember those good tube monitors.
Oh gosh.
Now it's nothing but flat screen.
Yeah.
Nobody uses anything but.
When I see a tube thing, I'm like, what a waste of space.
You know, they actually.
I had a projector, like a big projector. You know those things where it's like within the TV itself, it had like this vinyl screen. And,
Yep.
and on the inside, it projected the image.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool. I had one of those big. It was a big TV, and on the bottom, it had the speakers and it had a speaker cover. It was this.
It was made out of wood. Knock on it.
Yeah.
I just made a realization that TVs or screens went from, you know, like sticking outwards, like curved outwards to flat to now curved inwards.
Yeah.
You know,
What's the next one? Just a hole in the screen?
No, you just plug directly into your brain.
Yeah.
it's gonna be an inverted cone.
What is going to happen like in 20 years? Like, how are we going to consume material? Because right now people use phones, iPads, and flat screens.
I don't know if we're reaching like a.
In how about 50 years? 50 years, it's going to change. Definitely.
I don't know when we're gonna move beyond screens. I feel like it reaches like a plateauing point where it's just kind of like. I feel like the last decade, technology has completely like if you had a graph of the advances in technology, I think the last 10 years have been like exponentially higher than the last 10 before that, and then I think it's higher than the next 10 will be because I think it shot up and then it's just kind of.
Like,
Well, I'm more like the technology might change, but they're always enhancing things because they want to make things more. They want to make you more lazy. You don't want to put as much work into turning on the TV or switching through channels or watching what you want to watch. So I'm like wondering what innovations are going to occur within the next 50 years to deal with, like, just to make everything easier, which is just going to essentially lead to a Wall-E-esque future.
I want to see what phones like. Could compare like the iPhone you have now, which essentially is like a computer. Compare that to 10 years ago in 2007. You know what cell phones were like then. I wonder,
or even what computers were like then.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like like an iPhone's more powerful than a computer 10 years ago. So
we have all of the knowledge that is all knowledge available to us on this
in your pocket, like anywhere you go, because you can get the internet anywhere. So
it's crazy.
I wonder when we're like 60, what phones will be like,
Or what our eyesight will be like.
They're gonna make
We're
glasses.
looking at screens.
Yeah, no,
all
I think
day.
screens make your eyesight worse, which happened to me because I always had like perfect vision my whole life until I started editing as a full-time job.
Oh yeah.
I had to get glasses because my vision just kind of turned to shit from staring at screens
And
all
also
day.
too, you're aging. My eyesight gets worse with aging. Before I even looked at computer screens all day. But then again, I was looking at TV screens all day because I've been playing video games since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta get that LASIK surgery.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can't get LASIK.
You can't get LASIK?
Why?
No, because I have a lazy eye.
What?
Aw.
Do you?
Yeah.
Look at me.
I can control it. Do you not see it? So you look at me, and then
I just
it
see the back of
goes
your
up.
head.
Okay, yeah. I think, Matt, have I mentioned this before?
Whoa,
like-
that's really cool.
Like when I look off into the distance, or when I'm just kind of like not focusing, does one of my eyes just kind of divert?
It does.
Like slightly, like you can't
Slightly.
tell from a
Outer end.
distance.
I wouldn't say.
I don't know. I think it just goes down a little bit or something.
Yeah, but it's not like a lazy eye.
No,
it's just
it's
like
just-
this out of focus, like you're uncalibrated.
Technically, that is considered a lazy eye.
Like how they draw lizards in cartoons with their eyes going in goofy ways.
I've seen it before, but then as soon as you like come back to focus, it's gone.
Oh yeah, that's kind of how my eyes are.
I feel like everyone kind of does that to an extent when they just kind of like lose focus. Their eyes just kind of like drift apart because you kind of go into this like trance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not down. I don't know.
I don't know. I
don't
don't
know.
look at myself.
I'll try to snap a picture
often
next time I see you
and
do
just
it.
try to stare
But
at
also
my eyes.
too, it depends on if someone's looking at you from a different angle. Like sometimes when people take pictures from like a side angle, it'll look like they have lazy eyes when actually the distance between their eyes is exaggerated because you can't see the bridge of the nose.
What is a lazy eye exactly?
A lazy eye is, mine is called what they call controllable extropia, which is where the muscles, your brain controls your eye muscles at the same time, which is how, they have a focal point, brings them together, muscles work together to make one image. I was born with a lazy eye, but for some reason, through sheer willpower, it corrected itself when I was about 5 years old.
Oh,
so
cool.
ever since then, I've been able to control it. I can expand my peripheral vision so I can see like way the fuck back here,
Whoa.
like behind
What?
my ears. Oh yeah,
Like a superhuman.
yeah.
Okay, wait. Can we test it out?
If you want to,
What would be a good way to test it out?
Well, you can
could I
see,
write
like-
something on a sheet of paper? Put it
I
like.
can't read.
No.
You
Like,
need,
she-
you need
you-
both of your eyes to
how-
read.
how do I-
like you can move
If
something
you were,
and see
like-
she can say when it disappears.
He's
Okay.
like, I'm ready for this.
I'm excited. Okay, I have a pen. I'm just want to. Okay, for me, I want to see.
I know what the pen looks like. What are you doing?
From a random person, like how? I guess.
How wait when you move your hands to the side of your head, when can you stop seeing them?
Oh, okay.
I can't. Okay, this is where I can't see them anymore.
Like, should I just look ahead or should I try?
You look directly ahead.
Straight ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
This is your peripheral vision.
I can't. This is me.
It's gone right here.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm.
The viewers have no idea how far we're talking.
I know.
So this is like I use this in supermarkets to like broaden my peripheral vision. I can see it.
What the fuck?
No,
What?
you can't.
Yes, I can.
Okay, hold on. Tell me when it appears in your peripheral vision.
What?
Fuck that. No fucking way.
How many
so cool.
degrees of vision?
You have a
is that?
wide-angle lens.
But you have to think
eyes.
about it. The only time it's really practical is when I'm in a shopping aisle and I come to the end of the aisle to see if anybody's coming, and that's it.
Or in the woods when there are predators.
driving.
Wait,
Peripheral vision
when
is
you're in the
super-
woods, you need to be looking where you're going, not what's around. I'll stop and like maybe do that, but
You can
like,
stop like a deer. Your ears will flutter a little bit.
I'll just be like I'll be camping and I'll be walking along and I'll hear like. And then I'll just like eyes out. I'll be like looking around. People like, what the fuck is up? She was fine a second ago, and then she stopped. Her eyes went all crazy, and now she looks weird.
You literally galloping away like a doe. I just figured out you could mount deer and stuff and
bears.
Breath of the Wild. I tried to, but he ran away.
Polar
can
bears
mount bears?
in icy areas.
You know, actually, it sucked because the
I hated it.
I was about to say the Yakuza, but it's not what they're called.
not
What's
the
the
Yakuza.
clan in Breath of the Wild?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The little red guys.
Yeah, them. I was about to mount a bear. One of them appeared, and so I had to fight him, and then the bear started running away and shit.
Aww,
Pissed
sad
me off.
Times.
The bokoblins?
No.
it's a different. It's like
I have not gotten that far in the game, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't wanna
They appear. They appear regardless. You'll
No,
see.
I don't
them
care about spoilers.
online.
Oh, okay. Because once you get to a certain point, like once you've got so many hearts, and if you get to a certain point in the game, they'll just start appearing everywhere, especially if you take out their boss.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, I must avenge him!
That whole boss battle. Okay, spoiler alert. Skip like to this time code. If you
I'm
don't,
not- what time
if
code?
Fuck
you find
it.
out in editing. What are you talking about?
But what time? What?
I wanted to ask. Have you
Beat the boss?
Wait.
I beat the game.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask you about. I don't know. Barry and them always say everything's a spoiler in the game, so I'm always cautious to like drop something that I'm not sure
Well,
you
Barry
know
thinks
about.
No, I'm
Everything is a spoiler.
300.
There's a certain
probably.
horse that's like super
Yeah,
cool to me. He's,
yeah.
like, fucking.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, and like
It
I
was the one where you had to go to the statue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
Anyways,
Welcome
sorry,
back, everyone.
There was no
Welcome back.
spoiler in that. There's no need. There's no time code that he needed to skip to. He put.
We implied a thing, and then he implied a thing. I implied a
We
thing.
100% understood what was going
Yeah,
on in the
yeah.
situation. It's fine. Okay,
I
everyone's
didn't
healthy.
because I have not played that far into Breath of the Wild. I checked my
Are you
playtime.
going? Are you going to at some point try and like just
He's
play
too
around?
intimidated.
Eventually,
He's too intimidated.
eventually I will.
You don't
I think
like
he's
open
telling
world
you
games.
that to make you happy, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's actually.
Do you
gonna
not
do
like open world
I
games?
do like open world games. I don't know. Also,
Because I haven't played Skyrim, and you were getting on me about that.
take this into account.
played
I had Breath of the Wild for like 3 days before I went to Japan for like 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So I missed the initial like
Sorry.
hype train of it because I was in Japan.
But you
Well,
don't.
that's
But you don't need hype to
understandable.
enjoy the game.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but I didn't get to play it because I was in Japan.
Well, and also too, like I know that open world games are really intimidating and spoilers are really intimidating, but I feel that you're gonna make Breath of the Wild the game that you want it to be. It doesn't necessarily. I didn't play it because I was expecting it to be the same playstyle as everyone. Like you literally can go anywhere and do anything at any point. You can beat Ganon straight out the frickin' door if you wanted to.
It's your own adventure.
It's your own
There's no
adventure.
path except for like the beginning. You do like the first kind of introduction shit,
Yeah.
but
You-
right after that,
I've already
Yeah.
done all that.
done.
Yeah, and honestly, like the 4 temples or the dungeons that you have to do, you don't have to do them to beat the game. It's non-linear, and that's what I like about it is the fact that the adventure I made may not be the same as someone else's adventure. I mean, there are flagpole parts that you have
Yeah.
to like actually complete. But other than that, the most pleasure I got out of the game was not the dungeons, was not the boss fights. It was actually the little things that I did when I was exploring.
like the
So-
just stuff that you just happened upon.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like, oh man, there's like scenario. Like Nintendo took so much time developing this game that they created scenarios that only happen at certain points and certain days at certain times. And those little scenarios, those unique interactions where it's kind of like finding a freaking needle in a haystack, where the chances of you being in that exact spot in this broad world at that exact time in order to see that cutscene happen, freaking A.
But when it happens, it's worth it.
You know what?
Magic.
I will give it. I'll pick
Just
it back
explore
up.
and run around.
I will.
That's all you do.
Just
I'll do it
fart
tonight.
around.
I'm gonna fart around tonight.
Just
I'm gonna lay in bed.
around.
I'm gonna get my Switch out. And I'm gonna try it out.
And then I'm gonna fart.
And I'm gonna fart.
There's essentially like a whole mission where it's just effectively, I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's just kind of, there's no fighting involved. All it is building. That's all
that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
You know
I like building.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like playing with dang Legos.
Matt. Yeah, I can say the name. My favorite place in the game is Terrytown. That's my
Terrytown
favorite.
is the best.
That's the spot to be.
The best to buy, sell,
Terrytown?
interact. Terrytown.
Terrytown.
Every NPC is
Terrytown.
Terry Crews.
That would be amazing.
Did I just spoil it?
They just stand
you
there
both,
flexing
you both
their
got a
pecs.
look on your face like, shit, he just spoiled it. You both just got this look on your
Terry
face.
Crews. He has been talking with a lot of game developers recently.
Because he built his own computer. Did you hear?
Oh yeah.
With
He
his
won't.
little
I
boy?
will not. I always knew Terry Crews as Everybody Hates Chris.
Me too. The dad on
like the
Everybody Hates
dad.
Chris.
And now he's the guy that built his own computer. That's what he's advertised as. That's what he loves to talk about all the time. That I see on YouTube and stuff. He's
Yeah.
like Rocket League.
Well, I mean, people enjoy watching and hearing about passion, and he was very passionate.
Well, he's passionate
about it.
because he wanted to connect with his son, which is really cool.
Yeah.
That's the reason, because he felt like he was drifting apart from his son.
Good
and
for
So he
him.
turned his son into a computer.
Yep.
Classic Terry Crews.
That's classic. He did that on Everybody Hates Chris too. It's like a recurring theme.
Created Hal.
God, I fucking love that show. Everybody Hates Chris. I was so
It's really
sad when
good.
they canceled it. Did you ever watch that show, Pam?
Mm-mm.
You didn't watch Everybody Hates Chris?
No, I
Did
don't.
you at least watch Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, a little bit.
Ah!
Sorry.
Breaking Bad?
It's not. Yeah.
Ah!
Damn,
I don't
you
watch.
Come on.
So okay.
What do you watch? What TV shows do you watch?
Okay.
We're mad
So
right now.
This is no.
This
I'm
is a
sorry.
heated debate.
And this is. I know it's a heated debate, and this is something that not a lot of people know about me. Is I have an OCD for control. And so, control of like my mental state, which is
Oh, not
why
like
I'm
control
like
of everything.
No. I don't need to
Okay.
control my
Okay.
outside. I just need to be able to be grounded within myself.
Okay.
So this is something that I got from my dad, and I say I got it from my dad because I can't control it, and so the only way I can control it is by not doing it. When there's a TV on around me, I cannot pay attention to anything other than what's on the fucking TV.
Really?
And I hate that about myself. So if someone like if someone's watching infomercials, I will sit there and watch infomercials for hours, and it's because there's a magnet that draws my eyes to the TV. And so ever since I was a very little girl, I've had an aversion to watching TV. I'll sit down and like be like, okay, tonight I'm going to watch Last Week Tonight because there was an episode up, but I can watch that in my own time. But
I like having
Game of
stuff on in the
Thrones,
background.
I can't do that. I absolutely cannot
Really?
do
You
that.
can't. You have to pay attention.
I have
Like
to, yeah.
you're 100% focused on what's on the screen.
Yep.
You can't have anything on in the
Nope.
background.
And like it makes me feel horrible because a lot of the time, you know, like parties or social functions, people just
They'll
have
have a
like
TV
a TV
on, yeah.
on.
What are those?
And people are like, TVs? Well, no, they're
No social interactions.
They'll have like background noise. And my roommate Justin used to have a TV on at all times.
You used to
and I had
roommate with Justin Long?
Yeah,
That's so fucking cool.
he's a cool guy.
Sorry to interrupt.
He would have a TV on in the background, and I didn't Justin Long. People don't know me on the podcast.
They
They'd be
were gonna be
"He-
like,
he
no
really
fucking way.
No. He actually moved with me from Kansas, but he used to have the TV on all the time, and I had to be like, Justin, I need you to watch TV when I'm in bed or sitting down with you or not nearby you because I will watch a TV I just can't, and I won't hear what you're saying at all. Like, you could be sitting right next to me talking to my face. If I'm watching a TV, I won't hear you. Like, and I hate it. It's the one thing about myself that I'm like, ugh.
But that means when you're playing a game or when you're
in
watching
control,
a movie.
You're in control of the story. Movie is very much like stop, start.
No, but-
like you sit down and do those things. But TV shows tend to go a lot longer, and it's harder for me to say no to like, oh, there's only 7 seasons
Yeah.
of this show. I'll just watch all of them.
I guess what I was like getting at is like with the bright side of that, you can probably say that's not how it works. But when you're watching a movie or a video game, I feel like you can pay a lot more attention. I probably miss a lot of things because I'm just like, oh, blah blah blah.
Well, that's why, like, I cultivate obscure knowledge about B and C list actors, where I'll be like, you know, just
who's your
like,
favorite
hey,
C-list actor?
Favorite C-list actor is probably
Are we your favorite D-list YouTube celebrities?
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
We're not.
We're not.
No. Don't classify yourself as D-list. Don't self-deprecate.
Right,
You guys are
F-list.
like A-list.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Oh, thank you.
We're
Top
H-list.
notch. I said
Damn.
A.
We're M-list. That's what we are.
Where are you going? Like we're
down
mediocre.
the alphabet.
I like how you wanted to slowly progress down the alphabet instead of just going straight to Z.
How many more lists are there?
Where are we going?
Continue what you were saying.
No, Matt, I'm more enthralled by the letters that
Yeah.
you're pronouncing.
I can say Q.
Whoa!
R,
Holy
S, T.
Pam, did you hear that
his
shit?
pronunciation is pretty spot on.
Now if he could fucking say that shit in order,
Have you guys seen the new Frozen Lego show?
Frozen is having a
They have a
TV
Lego
show.
TV show.
every
What?
animated
Frozen.
film.
Wait, Frozen Lego.
Yeah, Frozen Lego TV show.
I thought they really were reaching for like Lego Batman. This is
No, they have Lego Frozen.
They have
huge
Lego
stretch.
Soon they're gonna have
everything.
Lego Super Mega.
And I don't I don't see why people are marveling at the Lego thing. The Lego thing has existed for a while. Lego's been a TV show, games, all kinds of.
Yes, but now it is 100% like it's at its peak. You would say
Mainstream.
Yeah, it's like super
Mainstream.
mainstream now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
But not that it's not cool. What I'm saying is, I watched the animated the Batman Lego movie. I
Loved
thought it
it.
had a joke in there. I laughed my ass off at one. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
The part I laughed at was when they were naming like the C4 bomb, the bomb, the blah 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 bomb, and all of a sudden it goes and two best friends. I don't know. That was just unexpected.
Well, you just spoiled the whole damn movie for me, Ryan.
You were
proud
never
of
gonna
yourself?
see a Lego
Yeah.
movie.
I was going to see it
no,
tonight.
you fucking
No, you
weren't.
Yes, I
weren't.
was, Ryan.
No, you weren't.
Oh man,
I've been planning my whole day around it.
That
Now it's
reminds
ruined.
me. I want to go see Guardians Volume 2 again.
Have you not seen? Oh, you have.
I want
again?
to see it again.
I saw
I haven't
it.
seen the first one.
I would. Ooh.
He doesn't
But you
watch
saw the
He
second
doesn't.
one?
He doesn't watch superhero movies.
I'm not.
This
into
isn't a
movies.
superhero movie though.
He doesn't watch Marvel movies.
Oh.
I've seen Marvel movies,
But it's just not your type of.
He's seen them, but he doesn't watch them.
Yes, exactly.
I've just never. I'm not big into.
He's smarter than your average person, so he stays away from all that dumb people schlong.
You know what? You can take all that shit from Ryan, and I say you do you. If you don't like watching something, don't do it. Don't
Thank
let
you.
people give you shit about
you,
not
Pam.
doing what you don't want to do.
Just never been into superhero movies.
Good
Just
for you.
Never.
Then
been
what
my
are
thing.
you into if you're not into superhero movies?
Japanese stuff.
Yes, I like weeb stuff. I like comedy. I don't know. I guess with movies for me, it's kind of like just like whatever. It's like each to its own type of thing.
I go see everything because I have to give everything I can't trash on something unless I've seen it, or else I feel like I'm just being an asshole. So like if people are like, oh, this movie was horrible, like the Angry Birds movie, you guys were saying that it was going to be bad, and I was dreading it, and I watched it, and
I loved
and
it.
it wasn't awful.
I loved.
I
the
wouldn't
Angry
say I
Birds movie.
loved
Did you
it.
know that Ian's in it?
Yeah,
He is.
I love that movie. I really enjoy. I actually went into that thing. I'm like, man, I'm gonna hate this, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, I loved that. That was. Really
Was that your
good.
favorite
Bill
animated
Hader
film?
did a really good job in voice
He
acting.
shook his head yes.
Huh?
I did not shake my head. Yes, I said it wasn't my favorite animated film, but it was pretty good.
Top
Favorite
3?
animated.
Favorite animated film? Oh, it used to be Over the Hedge, but I haven't seen that in like 7 years, so I don't know if that still stands tall. I don't know what my favorite animated film is.
You can be
Mine's How to
2D.
Train Your Dragon.
That's a good one. I thought 2 was better than 1.
Really?
I really liked it. I really liked the story in 2 and the emotional kind of weight it had.
Yeah, and that, I would get why that would be better, but I liked, honestly, 100% the reason that I liked How to Train Your Dragon is because Toothless reminds me of my cat Moose.
Yeah.
Well,
And
they
there
based
was
him on a
more
cat.
about, I almost said Moose. It was more about Moose. It was more about Toothless in 1 than it was about
Yeah.
Toothless in 2.
Well, I read that actually in How to Train Your Dragon, they based his mannerisms on a cat.
Mm-hmm.
They-
I'm dead serious.
not
Watch
seen-
that
I have seen
every
it.
day.
Okay,
Every day.
You watch How to
I
Train
watched
Your Dragon
it every
day.
day when I lived in my townhouse in Kansas. I watched it every day.
Sounds like a fun life.
I waited a long time to watch it because I was like not sure at first because they got the I don't know, it just threw me off, just the voice acting in the trailers.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what is this? And then I saw it and it was really good.
I
Yeah.
watched it twice in a row one day, and I enjoyed it. I just didn't want to watch it back to back because I was at the time I think I was babysitting my neighbor's kid, and they watched.
I was
it.
like,
we
you
want
were
to
with
watch it
kids.
again, and I was like, oh
You were with
no.
kids. I was going to be either that or you were with me.
No, I was with kids. Same thing. But
Same thing.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
a
Pam.
child.
I didn't mean it, Pam.
No, it's okay.
But I had to watch it
Big
back to
bully.
back, and I was like, this is I like the movie. I just don't want to watch it twice in a row, and then I watched it twice in a row. Very fun experience.
Yeah.
I feel like watching a movie twice in a row can actually make. I have never had a desire to watch it again after that, and I think it might be because I just watched it twice in a row in one sitting. So my brain was like, I'm done with this.
There are these people, I can't even remember what movie it was, but I think it was kind of like an Adam Sandler type movie. Not necessarily an Adam Sandler movie, but one of those feels like not a good movie, but a movie where like people watched it. Yeah. And these guys, they had an experiment where I think they watched it every day for like a year or something like that.
God.
And so they said that they would just, by like the 100th or so time of watching it, it was like this very surreal experience. Like they knew everything that was going on. It was almost like just kind of being on not a drug, but it was just, as I said, it was just a surreal experience, and their brain was just like, they felt it was like a form of torture, essentially.
Wow.
Just watching imagine that, watching the same movie every day for about a year or so.
So I watched How to Train Your Dragon once a day for a while. It wasn't a year, but I didn't subject anybody else to it. It was just me by myself. My dad used to watch Napoleon Dynamite every day.
It's a good movie.
I love it.
It's a good movie.
Every day for over a year.
Are you tired of?
I'm not even kidding.
Are you tired of Pedro?
And he still quotes it all the time. My dad has a little clicker that has Napoleon Dynamite quotes on it.
I had it too. It had like 6 little buttons on it, and it does different quotes.
Oh, my dad seriously loves that movie so much. Whenever every time it was time for dinner, my dad would be like, Tina, come get some ham. And I'm like,
my uncle did that with Borat. Every time he came to a family thing, he's like, very nice. He's like all the time.
You have an uncle that looks like Borat. Is it him?
Mm-hmm, that's him.
Is it really the uncle that looks like Borat?
Yeah,
that's great.
He shaved his mustache so he doesn't look like Borat anymore.
No.
But he's a really cool guy.
Isn't he actually Middle Eastern though?
My family is.
So it's just like having a real life Borat in your family. That's
family's
awesome.
Dutch and Middle Eastern, and then you got my whitey of a dad.
The white little dad ruining
click, click.
But yeah, Pam, I think this is a good place to land. Thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
Yeah.
And is there? Just let people know how they can find you.
Oh. Okay.
What's your address?
Okay, so I live. You can follow my Twitch.
Got that Twitch TV?
I got that Twitch life. We didn't talk about Twitch.
We didn't talk about Twitch. I said
but next
before.
time.
Yes.
Next time.
I did enjoy recording this, so there will definitely be a next time.
I will be the second woman.
Girl.
I will be the second woman on this podcast. If you enjoyed my content on Nya, my voicing and my talkings.
She was a voice actor. This wasn't. What's your real voice sound like? Just so people know.
Talks like this.
Okay, thank you.
It's actually just me doing a voice. I am Pam.
Yeah. We were cutting this together so that it sounds like I'm
Matt, stop doing the voice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But if you liked what you heard here, you can follow me on Twitter and all social medias at Pamela Horton 13, on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Pamela Horton 13, or my YouTube where I have this really awesome series called Drawsome Gaming. YouTube.com/Pamela Horton stuff, because that's where all my stuff goes.
All those links will be down in the description for you to go click.
Online content has trained you well. You got that down to a fucking just science.
Well, because like I said before, I have my fingers in a lot of different projects where they're like, where's your home at? And I'm like, okay, this is where my stuff is.
I feel like I have to be better at doing that, but we don't really go on other people's channels that much.
But you guys are going to come on Drawsome Gaming, right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the
Pam,
podcast. I had a really good
thanks for
time.
Yeah.
Thanks for teaching us about periods.
Yeah,
I had
if you
no
guys
idea.
have any questions, you got a comfortable place to come talk to a girl who will not judge you.
As soon as I get my first period, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
You can help me out with that drawer.
I'll hook you up with a drawer.
And,
Thank you.
Thanks for being a girl.
Yeah, I do what I can.
Bye.
Bye. I dropped.
We already started.
No, we're starting now.
No, we already
started. We already started.
Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast, episode 44 with you know them, you love them. We got Ding Dong and Julian.
They don't love me.
They love you.
No.
They love you're welcome.
They love you more
welcome
than they love us.
That's true.
That's a good point. That's because nobody loves you.
Thanks, Julian.
Listen, I love you guys more than anybody else, Matt specifically.
Thank you, Julian. I walked into a room and I heard you saying
Ding Dong's
"fuck me,"
making
and I shut the door
faces.
and walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the way here, we got an Uber together.
Oh,
and,
Jesus, we did.
Julian almost died.
Julian did almost
The
die.
guy, everybody else piled in the car, and I was in the middle of getting into the car, and the guy starts driving, and so I'm hopping on one leg.
That's awful. I'm you fucking ass. I'm sorry.
Did you fart?
That's awful.
Oh.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. That is bad. I'm sorry.
I don't smell it.
Oh, it's
I don't
fine.
smell it either.
It's fine.
Okay, now I smell it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You're trying
Come
to be
here.
funny.
No, Julian.
I'm not gonna go over there. I'm not gonna go over there.
Why are you blowing it at him?
Blow it away somehow.
I don't smell it.
Inhale, Julian. Take it.
We're fine. Coast is clear.
All right, back to the story. Julian was getting in the Uber. He's rolling himself in, and the Uber driver just started driving off while Julian wasn't even in the car.
With the door open, like he didn't. Did he do it on purpose?
Well, he laughed.
Because
Yeah, he did.
He never said sorry. He looks back. Julian goes, Jesus Christ! Oh! And his feet are dragging on the ground.
He was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Like, oh, what the fuck?
I did.
And the Uber driver stops in the middle of the street and he turns around and goes,
He was this old, I don't know, Spanish
Then your
guy?
hair
Yes.
got caught in the door.
Yeah, because I was trying to close it in a hurry, and my hair got caught in the door.
Yeah, your hair got caught in the door too.
and he just turned around.
He didn't give a
All he
shit.
did was he laughed and kept driving.
He thought it was real lulzy.
He didn't even say sorry.
Just this the image of Julian being dragged by a car, going, "No, oh, what the fuck?"
You were there. You don't have to picture it.
That's true.
But since I was there, I can picture it. It's funny. What are you talking about? I can't picture funny moments.
I say you don't have.
You
to
don't have to picture it. You were there to witness it to begin with.
That's the only way you can remember something. You have to picture it because you're not there. You're not there in the moment anymore.
Remember
you have to
that
remember
time-
it using your
Ryan,
memory.
I keep being really pleasantly surprised because your hair looks so good.
It does look good today.
Thank you. I
You're
can't
trying
tell if
something
you
Not
guys-
as good as Matt's.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I don't. The reason I liked it is because Julian, he couldn't do anything because he had one foot in the car.
Yeah,
It's not like
exactly.
he had both
Yeah,
feet out. He had
exactly.
one foot in the car.
So he
started.
turned and laughed, and he was still doing it too.
Yeah, he hadn't stopped all the way. He's like, oh, he was a bad driver.
He wouldn't have been laughing if the fucking car door hit another car.
It almost did.
It did.
There was that
There was
pedal
another
car
car
next to it.
parked next
pulling
to
out,
it.
yeah.
Is there a Ming report this week?
Yeah, there is. We got a Ming report.
Tell us, because people get
Was
mad
she
when we're on the
scream
show.
Ming?
Because they think we're not going to have a Ming report if we're on, so prove them wrong.
She's finally back.
To kick some tail.
Just
Yes, dude. Yes.
That reference is on point, Julian.
No. No.
I know that one.
I just got
That's the
zapped.
ukulele
I just
rap.
got zapped back to when I was a little boy.
zapped back.
Zapped back is the term I chose.
It warmed up. I got taken back to the
did.
past to play these shitty games that suck ass.
Go on. Tell us about Ming.
Oh yeah, just out of the blue one day, she'd been gone for a couple weeks, like always, just reappeared in the alleyway, and she's out there, she's screaming, she's dancing, and
That's how she materializes. She screams into existence.
you'd just be out there and just appears into reality.
A ghostly face opens up in reality and she steps out.
She pulls her arms through the.
She's in a T-pose and she's rendering in while screaming.
But Ryan, you've had some encounters with her. My encounters were it was about 4:30 in the morning last week, and I'm awoken by screams outside my window. And I look out my window and I saw her out on the street, and she had a Gatorade bottle and she's slamming it on this glass window, and she's going ah! and screaming, and she started dancing. And then another time I saw her outside at an intersection and she was dancing very sassily in the middle of the intersection.
Sassy, huh?
She's so sassy. And there was a pickup truck.
She's a free spirit. She's got so much sass in her step.
She's really aggressively sassy. She always puts her hands on her hips and kind of like does this posture where she gets up in your face. She did it to Ryan the other day.
She asked for weed and a cigarette, and I had to decline. But I saw her dancing on a porta potty, like on a
up on top.
not
of
on
it?
top, but like
It's on a grate.
It's on a grate,
I didn't
and she
get
was
mad
with
at
it,
that.
dancing around like.
Oh,
this
she was with it?
When was this? This was like midnight.
Yeah, it had to be about midnight.
How can you get mad at her?
I can't.
She's living free, Ryan.
Why?
Actually,
Tell me this.
I do
when
get
she,
mad
when she
whenever
was
I see
asking
her.
you if you knew this one and she was singing. Why didn't you go along with it? Why'd you get mad?
Because I can't.
You just go blah, you just go along with
On
it.
a related note, we've been saying, "What, you gonna cry?" We've been saying that to each other.
You gonna cry? Do you skateboard though?
No, she has a scooter. There.
Yeah,
Julian
the scooter.
skateboards with the car.
Yeah. No, but Ming has a scooter now. She just has a little razor
Like one
scooter.
of
Like razor scooter.
But Push-Ups put it in his cart and took it away, so she doesn't have her scooter anymore.
Yeah, so she had the scooter she'd been riding around on and leaving down the alleyway.
Does she ride by and like scream at people while riding it?
I haven't seen it.
I've only
Ryan
seen her
did.
ride it once, but she was just
That sounds really
she
funny.
she wasn't
over.
really riding it. She was dancing while standing on it, I guess.
Oh,
one foot on, one foot off, doing the sassy butt shake that she does.
Start a channel for her.
I would like to.
I keep saying do Ming sings.
Ming TV. Ming. I forgot about that.
Hey, I have an update. I drove by her with Chris in a U-Haul,
And shot
and
her.
she called me a faggot and flipped me off.
Oh my god.
Why?
Yeah.
Is Ming a hobophobe?
I think she.
Homophobe.
I didn't.
Homophobe.
That was not on purpose. I didn't mean to say that. A hobophobe?
I drove by and I rolled the window down. I went, "Hello," and she stuck up her middle fingers. And went, "Faggot."
Oh my gosh.
She's making all the homeless people in the area mad.
They
though.
hate her. Yeah, Push-Ups was like, "Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah.
Shut up!"
Yep. They got in a big old verbal dispute, and all she was doing was,
No, no, no!
And he was just screaming, "Shut!" I didn't see this. Ryan saw this.
You should have
Yeah.
joined in. You should have started screaming about something too.
Oh, and Ryan saw her chase a woman.
that was in the same instance because a woman walked out of the garage, and on one side she had Push-Ups, shut up, shut up, shut up, and then there was Ming going, ow, 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 ow. So on both sides she walks out, and she's automatically jarred into this reality of homelessness, I guess. I don't know, but
You gotta
then all of a
laugh.
sudden,
Let it out.
all of a sudden,
Ding dong. He stifles his laughs.
but then
You're pacing yourself.
Ming comes along and starts kind of not. What's the thing? where
Don't
like
chew
the
gum
fake
on a
off, like the
podcast.
fake charge at someone. She like did that.
Oh yeah.
How bears will fake charge, or gorillas will
Yeah,
fake
she was like
charge
a
an
bear.
enemy.
She like fake charged the woman and then started screaming, and the woman just like turned around and went right back into the garage. She whipped right in there.
And you know what she did the other day? Is Ming has a habit of, she'll put things out in the street and sit back and watch cars run them over. She had like I think it was a 40 bottle, big glass bottle.
Oh,
She stuck it in the middle of the street for cars to run over. I had to drive around it, and I got in my car and I picked up the bottle and I threw it somewhere else because I'm like, you fucking bitch! Like, why are you trying to get cars to run over glass and pop their tires
Oh,
and shit?
come on. She's like a little 11-year-old. Let her have fun.
Dude, if my 11-year-old put a bottle in the street, I'd scream at him. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're not the parent.
Wish I was Ming's parent. I'd put her in
You
timeout.
do not wish you were Ming's
I'd
parent.
put her in a little corner
Do you
with a
wish
dunce hat.
Ming was your parent?
Yes.
Yes.
Julie.
That's if you were a teacher, you put a dunce cap
I wish
on
she.
her.
I'm because she is a mom.
Apparently, we heard that
She carries around like worms in her.
No, she used to. Apparently, she used to be married and has kids. That's what another homeless person told us, which is sad if that's true. It's very sad.
They probably hate her.
They confirmed that it's apparently
she
it's
put
meth
them-
is what makes her so crazy.
Yeah.
She put the kids in the middle of the road for a car to hit them.
I'm gonna sit back and watch this one.
And then when it happens, she goes, "Faggot."
Chris was there. Chris can confirm that actually happened. We went by in a little U-Haul and she did that to me.
And she
Very
said,
mean.
"You're Matt from Super Mega. You're the
fan.
worst part." What would you do if she actually was aware of Super Mega?
I'd be
Devastated.
mortified.
What if she went to the local library to get onto a computer and tell everything that she knows about you?
What,
would
what
be
does she know
nothing.
about me?
She knows where you live.
That I drove by in a car
She knows
and
where
I
you
said
live.
hi?
She knows where you live.
She has your
Yeah,
license
she does
plate.
know where I live.
She has your license plate.
I don't think she can remember my license plate.
She doesn't even have a. She doesn't have
Hey,
her
well,
cell phone.
5,
Push-Ups has a cell phone.
Six.
A lot of the homeless people have a
7,
cell
8.
phone.
Yeah, I've
Ain't it
noticed that.
great?
Oh, you guys don't like
I
us?
didn't know. I didn't hear at all. What
I don't
was
think it's
going
funny
on.
that you're making fun of homeless people, Julian. I don't think that's funny at all.
I was one.
I don't think.
So there you go.
Why? It's true.
Yeah.
All right, then
That is true.
we just got full immunity.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
I've
Anyways,
got
homeless
everything.
people.
No, you know, I'm not transgender. I don't have that covered.
It's
Oh.
true.
I've got everything else.
Could you just do it so we could
Real
talk
quick,
about it?
could you identify?
Yeah, just do it for a second.
Yep. Now he's transgender.
I'm a woman.
Okay, cool.
Hey. No, I'm not. It's me again.
All right.
Is that what transgender is?
yeah,
to
that's
you?
what it is.
We got homeless,
It's like you
transgender, and
get
gay covered.
circled by magic sparkles like in Cinderella.
Oh my god. We can say whatever we want on the podcast now. We've got gay, transgendered, homeless, and brown. We're immune from any attacks from people saying you can't make fun of that.
I'm not that brown.
Well, you're brown.
I could be browner.
You're pretty brown.
Anyone could be browner.
Inspirational words.
From Ryan McGee. Anyone could be browner.
Be as black as you want.
Are you brown? You could always be browner.
That's the Prozac song.
Be as white.
Yeah,
as
they say
you want
be as
to.
white as you want to.
But anyway,
We went to the Mexican place and Julian had the margaritas.
which he called marijuanas after
He said,
smoking.
I only had 2 marijuanas.
I feel like that. Didn't we talk about that last time we did the podcast?
Did you?
I don't
Wasn't it
remember
that
that.
long ago?
You guys are on the pod, or you weren't, but Julian was on the podcast.
You
2 weeks
almost
ago.
you almost threw up. Remember you?
Oh yeah.
You kept freaking out.
I
thinking
felt
you were gonna
bad for
throw
you.
up.
You were really upset.
I went out in the parking lot and I was
Yeah,
like,
he really wanted
I went,
to. He was upset he couldn't do it.
I went over by a tree and I started gagging. And I was like, uh-oh, I think I'm gonna throw up. Not because I had too much to drink. It just happened.
There was a family on the other side of the fence just watching you as you were doing it.
They were playing
too.
basketball.
They were watching.
They
you.
stopped.
They
the game
were.
to
They
watch
did.
Me.
They stopped to watch.
Did they really?
Yes.
I didn't even. I guess I was too focused on the
these
puking.
stupid little Mexican kids that were all standing around staring.
You could say that though because you're Mexican.
It's true.
So.
People have gotten mad at him for that before because they hear him through a microphone. They're like, "Hey, what fucking racist?"
It's because he doesn't sound. Because in their eyes, he doesn't. In their eyes, in their ears, he doesn't sound like a Mexican to them.
Remember,
So they're the
remember
racist
during.
ones.
I mean, I don't know what would it even.
You were saying, what did you say? The Mexican children at the old apartment you were at.
Oh yeah, I was saying they were like animals
Can't
because
say.
they were running
bark at you?
around and they were making a lot of noise.
That's a classic thing. Kids are like, oh, they're acting like animals.
Yeah.
But he said Mexican children, so it's because they're Mexican.
Yeah, but then if he says Mexican children, then they can paint a better picture.
They're
in
like a
other
bunch of
people's head, like a
chupacabras.
story.
Julian, do you believe in chupacabra?
No.
Why
I
not?
don't think.
Because
Probably
he's-
just because I don't live there.
What if you were the chupacabra?
I'm the goat sucker.
Yeah.
I suck goats.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it's a literal translation.
well,
but
chupa
that's,
means suck, right?
that's what it's. I don't know.
Because
I guess that would make sense. There's
suck
chupa.
my dick is
yeah.
chupa.
There's
Chupa may
chupa chups.
something like that.
So that I guess that would make
They're
sense.
called sucky sucks.
Yeah.
Wait, what's goat?
Fucker.
Cabra?
Oh.
I used to know what goat. It's chief. No,
Is it
I
cabra?
don't think that's it.
Cabra.
Cabron.
It's
That means
goat.
balls, right?
You can say.
Does
You
that,
can
does
say.
that mean balls? 'Cause
Pinche
don't they go,
cabron is
cabron.
a swear word.
What does
that you're not
cabron
supposed-
mean?
I don't know.
Cabron.
You always say "let me see" when you want someone to.
That's
get out of
that's
the
the
way.
thing. I think I picked. I don't know if that's anybody who's Mexican. Leave a comment. Let's do some research. If "let me see" means get out of the way, because that's I always tell Ding Dong that, and he
You
gets.
say it in general. I always say "see what."
Yeah.
You get really mad.
I mean, he says, "See these nuts." I mean, it's funny, right? It's funny. It's one of those these nuts jokes.
One of those again.
Why do you look so appalled?
One of those.
You don't
again.
think that's funny?
Come up with
One of
it.
those what?
Uh,
You're supposed to say these nuts.
Did you want to see monster trucks?
It's been out of theaters for like 2 months.
do you want to see it?
I'm pretty sure it's already on DVD by now.
Get Out is already available to download.
Is it?
Yeah.
well,
I
things
just
are
had
things
somebody-
are available so much quicker
Yeah,
now
they
after
are.
they hit
They
theaters.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I would always be like, I really like that movie. When's it going to be on VHS?
And it's always like months.
and it's
3
like
months.
like 6 months at least. Like it would be like the
Yeah.
next year it would come out.
Yep.
That sucked.
And now it's like what 2 or 3 months.
I guess that forced people to go see things in theaters so they make more money.
I remember like there's the Hunger Games movies, those types of movies. Those are always still out in theaters whenever the DVDs and Blu-rays release.
Yeah, that's
like
really
I think the
strange to
Hunger
me.
Games was out in theaters at least in South Carolina for
Monster
like 6
Trucks was
months.
successful. It was in theaters for. It's still in theaters.
Well, I mean,
Is it?
that's just
No!
that's just the thing that happens is when a movie's doing really good, they keep it on so that it can keep making money.
Yeah, like all the Harry Potters were in theaters for a really long time. What else?
Wasn't Frozen in theaters for like almost a full
And then they
year?
re-released the sing-along version.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow. I
and
remember
then they did the not sing along version.
Yep,
That's
the
where they-
re-release of the
every,
non-
You know
every,
what?
every time there's
That's
a
a
song, they just
topic.
mute the audio.
That's a topic. How do you guys feel about Frozen?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, well.
It's not.
Okay, that's not a topic.
It's not.
No, but
it's not horrible.
I can give my opinions on it without seeing it.
Okay, what did
I
you
don't
all
think
think
you
about
can.
Moana?
I liked Moana.
Did you want to make her moan?
Yes.
Mona.
But I said that and Ryan's like, she's 14.
She is. She's young.
Is she?
She is
She's
young.
young.
I was
She's
under the
young.
impression she was over 18. In that movie.
Well, see, the
No.
problem with all the Disney
Her
princesses,
voice actress isn't even 18.
the problem with all they always sound like full-grown damn women, and they always make them really fully developed. They don't look like they're that
I
young.
know. She didn't look like a 14-year-old.
Did you like when she said, "It's my job"?
What do you mean she didn't
Did
look
she
like
sound like
It's
Becky
my
Badger?
job. Yeah, she did. That made me laugh in the theater when that
It
happened.
made me
because
laugh
it
too,
sounded like
because you looked at me and I knew exactly what you were thinking when that happened. Because it sounded like the Brown Brooks.
yeah. It
That's
did.
what-
That was.
Do
the
you
joke.
remember that? She says, "It's my job."
What?
No.
I remember it's when they were arguing about
Yeah.
what to do, and she swings on the mast of the boat, and she goes, "That's my job."
What do we
In
think of
Moana.
The Rock's singing abilities?
He's fine.
He didn't
He's
know it was
good.
The Rock.
I didn't know it was The Rock. I didn't. That makes it really
I
uncomfortable for
I
me.
heard a lot of people saying like he's fucking terrible.
Super auto-tuned.
I didn't notice. Like
You can't tell like when
call me.
it's so
you know
smooth.
what? I think in general I'm really stupid when it comes to music. I do not understand a lot of music theory, so that's probably
Same here. I just enjoy it.
That's probably why I didn't notice, but it made me really uncomfortable because I think he's attractive in real life.
Dwayne Johnson.
He's one of the few people,
What
real
about-
life people
What
that I
about
think
Maui?
is attractive.
If Maui pinned you down, would it make
And
you,
that's the thing that
What-
makes me uncomfortable is because I feel this weird.
would Maui
I
make
should
you
not be talking about this. I shouldn't be talking
No,
about
Julian,
gay shit.
Julian, go on, go on.
would Maui make you go wowie? Or would he make you go yowie?
You've been saving that one, haven't you?
I feel like both of those mean the same thing. That's what makes it uncomfortable for me is because I feel like I'm supposed to like him because he's a big muscle man, but I don't like him, and so there's this weird.
He's not exactly he just looks really wide.
It's because he's too smooth.
He's very stout. He's
It's
stumpy.
because if they made him look really buff and defined, I think that would be too intimidating.
His
And so that's why they made him all smooth.
If he tangled you in his messy hair, how would you feel?
The hair looked really good in the movie.
like a little
It was.
seafoam.
I mean, it was. It's
Did you like the funny chicken?
the problem.
Did you laugh every time?
I
Funny
didn't hate the chicken.
Julian,
I'm fine with the chicken because,
But it's ableist.
well, that's the thing is I'm
It's the
glad
ableist
that
chicken.
I'm glad that they can still. I'm glad that they can still make jokes about somebody being malformed and stupid.
I don't
You can't
think that
get
was
away
their-
with that.
That was their intent.
It's an idiot.
We gotta
with-
have the mongoloid chicken in the movie.
with big. That's what
That's
it
the only
is.
way we could get away
That's
with
what it is. He has big bulging eyes.
I know that's
pointing
what
in
it is. I
different
just don't think they
directions.
were going. Let's make fun of retarded people.
No, they weren't trying to be edgy.
But how do we do it?
I'm happy. I'm happy
How do we
that
be
we
safe
didn't end-
about this?
I'm happy that
When
we
they
didn't
say
end up like
Resident
the.
Evil, how do we achieve this?
How do we achieve this?
I'm happy that it didn't end up like the stupid My Little Pony thing where they had to censor it because people got mad.
What are they censoring?
There was a character, the character that sounded like that, and he was supposed to be stupid
Yeah.
on My Little Pony, and then everybody got upset, so they recast it, and it just sounded like a normal fucking person.
Would people be
and
mad at
ruined the
Kronk
joke.
today then? Like Kronk's character?
I mean,
You're making fun of someone.
Scooby Doo had Scooby Dumb, who couldn't exist anymore now
Really?
because he just he had too many chromosomes. That was just-
Was that a superpower?
have you seen Down syndrome animals though?
What is that? Scooby Doo characters don't have superpowers. Was that a spin-off series?
Did you miss the movie where
Did
they
you
had-
ever see Scooby Doo and the Super Doos?
Look
that was
up
a spin-off
look up
series.
Scooby Doo
Did you ever see
superheroes. Look it
Have
up.
you ever seen the Robotic Stooges?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
just said yes. I didn't.
Oh, do you know what that is?
No.
Julian,
What?
would you fuck the crab from Moana?
Sure.
You said you wanted to fuck the Hydra from Hercules. And
That was a cool scene.
They drew its mouth
cool
really.
scene.
how do you fuck it?
They drew it a really sexy mouth. He's got like really pouty lips.
Did
and
they
he's
draw
always,
it or did they
he's
model it? I
always
thought it was a
licking.
3D model.
It is. That's CG.
It's a 3D model. There was. You know what? No, I shouldn't say that because I think that might be misattributing a quote. I feel like I heard that there was a quote from Gerald Scarfe, who's the character designer
Gerald?
for Gerald. Did I say Gerald?
No, just that name sounds odd to me.
Oh.
Gerald.
He it's a name.
It's like
I don't know, the
there's
name sounds
Jared
weird.
and then there's
Tom.
Harold and then there's Gerald.
I really like.
It doesn't sound like a real fucking name. Gerald.
I like mooshing names together. I think it sounds really funny.
Well, now
You did Shapiphany.
Yeah. Well, Shapiphany is not. That was just me going epiphany because it sounds like a. I meant for it to sound like a really trashy name, like how certain people. They like naming
certain people.
Shut up. They listen. White people too. They like naming their kids after words that they don't understand, and then
Like Shapiphany.
I just thought epiphany and then I put sh because that's just the go-to sound of like making things.
You know, those people.
No, it's not. It's when you're trying to make something sound dumb, you just put sh. Like when
I mean, white people. White people do that, right?
you
Right?
would say like ding dong
Black
schming
people.
schmong. That's what you would do to make something sound
Are you
stupid.
being offensive against Chinese people now? What are you
fucking-
doing?
Julian, you need to settle down.
First,
I don't even remember what we were talking
First, you're
about
praising the ableist chicken. Now this.
Oh my god.
Okay, Julian, how would you fuck the Hydra?
I don't know.
Getting back on track.
You could probably.
It's got an asshole. It's got
That's
an
a good
asshole.
point.
It's
It
an
probably
animal.
does.
Yeah, he could fucking crawl inside of it.
The thing is, though, I want to take advantage of the mouth.
Why?
Like,
They
I
have
want
sharp teeth.
That's kind of fun. I like that.
But
Like
when
it's-
Hercules went inside,
You mean that's
that
kinda
scene, that
fun?
looked pretty
I
fun.
think for people who like Vor, that probably did a lot for them because it was very like
Probably.
goopy and like it was very like I remember it looking very like slick.
Yeah.
And you're watching and you went, oh, if only me.
I would fuck its mouth. That's what I would do. I would make a goal or
How
girth.
big do you think your penis is?
It's not. Listen, that's kind of what makes it fun. Is that it's a big giant
It's
creature.
a puzzle. It's like a
It's
puzzle
a
game.
giant creature, and you're making it do something degrading.
That's his superpower.
Well,
He can transfer all of his body mass directly into it.
Listen, that's not too far from something that I would probably actually enjoy.
Oh, Julian.
learn a little more about Julian every day.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to talk about it.
Let's change subject.
I didn't want to talk about it. It's fun to talk about, but I don't want to bring it up because that makes me too one-dimensional. And people already say that. They're
No,
like,
Julian makes you like 5.
oh, Julian always talks about how gay he is, and I'm sorry.
What does fucking a Hydra have to do with being gay? What are you talking about?
Everything. That's the gay community.
I don't
You
know.
don't talk about.
Hydra's huge in the gay community.
You know what? That's true. That's a good point.
With a Hydra
They
on
don't
it.
define what gender. If it was a lady, I would still fuck it.
It doesn't matter what gender an animal is. You're still fucking an animal.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
completely true.
That's true, Julian.
That's a good point.
People
I'm
overlook that.
shameful in any capacity.
There's a few people who were probably actually kind of taken aback by what I just said. Whoa, I didn't know they were so close-minded.
Yeah, I've never actually thought about that. Well, now I have, so thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could do you that.
That's the
service.
song. We pulled it back together.
Full circle.
Full circle!
Yes!
Look at those waveforms. Those are huge. What do you guys want to talk about?
You. How have
Matt.
you been?
Good.
That's good.
Matt, why are you so skinny?
He's beefing up.
I've been going to the gym like every day.
That's true. You flexed your bicep in
and
the
you made a
elevator.
weird face.
Listen, muscle does weird things to me. Okay,
Julian.
That's all it is.
Julian!
That's all
What are
it
you
is.
talking about?
That wasn't.
No, don't answer that. don't go any further. We're good. We're good.
Ding dong, did you like my muscle? Do you think it looked good?
It looked disgusting.
Do it again.
Well, it's because you're.
Yes, see,
Ryan,
look
what
at
do you-
that.
It's because
Come on.
it's like separated.
Like Matt,
I'm
Matt,
so
if I
you're a-
zoomed in on
you're a
that and cropped it
skeleton.
out,
He doesn't have any body
And, like,
fat, so you see all
wouldn't
the
know what you're
delineations.
Well, no,
of
that's
it
what
and
it's
that.
like. It's like someone cut his skin open and just jammed like a smartphone
Yeah.
in there. You see it bulging out.
Smartphone.
No, you know what? It looks like they took one of those, like.
you know the Joker bomb in The Dark Knight? It's like they just put that, with the guy's stomach.
I was gonna say, like from like the gel pads for a desk to put your wrist on for like using the mouse.
How much can you bench, big boy?
I don't bench. I don't know.
You don't bench.
I don't bench. They don't have a bench thing where I work.
What
out.
do they have in your? Because I'm jealous.
They didn't have
I'm
a
jealous
bench
that you
machine
guys.
there.
I'm jealous that you guys have access to a gym, but I don't know if they actually have anything I could make use of. What do they have?
They got this thing where you.
They got the Kinkle Cruncher.
So they have like the machines, but
Yeah,
not,
they have a lot of machines.
but not like loose weights.
No, they got loose weights.
They got the
Oh.
the
They
tug,
don't have the big ones that you gotta like bench.
the tug and pull,
Yeah, they got the tug and pull. They
The
got
l-
the twist and
The
spin.
wacky sack.
the twist and shout.
The slimy slander.
They got the up and away.
I want. If I had time, I would draw all these as wacky Dr. Seuss machines.
Someone else will do it and attribute it to you. So,
Yeah, I did it.
how about these abs, Ryan? Ow!
Don't hurt your friend.
That look good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty rock solid.
Thanks, dude.
You're welcome.
Will you punch me in the stomach?
Yes.
Can I test my abs?
Yeah, stand up.
Don't do it that hard.
Stand up.
Do
No,
it.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
do
stand
it.
up
Do
and
it
flex.
right here on the podcast.
Please don't do it that hard.
Give me your palm real quick. I'll show you how hard. Just
Okay, ready?
Mhm.
Oh.
You flinched. I saw
Ah,
you.
it hurt. It hurts afterwards.
Oh!
Pink belly.
Oomph!
It's not.
Oomph!
Oh man. So
Did anybody ever do that to you in the pool? Give you a pink belly?
what's a pink belly?
When they go,
No.
Yeah.
It's just when you have your stomach out and they just go. Bah! As hard.
Yeah. Oh. Well, people do it to my back. It's called a 5-star.
Okay, there
Where
you go.
you spread your palms,
I
so
see.
your fingers,
Yep.
and you go like that.
Yep.
Hurts like shit.
I used to do that like one of my stepbrothers. I can't remember. Probably the older one. I'd go like I'd be floating on my back in the pool, and he just poof, right on my stomach.
Oh God.
He'd go boof. What I just said.
Boo. 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 And your mom would call him back inside, put him down for his nap.
No boo today. Bad.
My stomach's hurting real bad now.
Yeah.
The pain wasn't there at first, and now it's.
that's
slowly,
after we just had a big lunch too.
It's slowly seeping in.
Yeah, I punched you after we had a good big meal.
I didn't eat that much. You guys, you ordered so much sushi, Dan.
Because I was expecting you guys to have a bunch of it.
I thought you were ordering that for yourself.
No.
It was like 1 million pieces of sushi.
Because it was good, wasn't it?
It was really good.
The Vegas rolls are really good.
I like Vegas rolls. There's a lot of places that have a 911 roll, and every time I see it as 911 roll.
What does that mean? Is it like really spicy?
It comes
or?
stacked up instead of laid out.
You gotta take your
Oh my
chopsticks.
God. Oh my God.
That's why you have 2 chopsticks.
We make a lot of 9/11 jokes around here. Is that like? It feels to me like that's really edgy.
It's
pretty edgy.
Are they generally more accepted now? Like, is that not?
Yeah, has it been long?
Have I been sheltered?
It's very fucked up.
Because
100%.
whenever we make one here, I'm like, oh my God, we're not going to use that, right? But then we always end up using
Well,
it
it's
in
like
public.
you like testing the waters with your friends. Just can like, okay, what's the most fucked up thing I'm gonna say right now?
But then we put it on the internet for thousands of people to listen to it,
Yeah.
ruining our
Specifically-
reputations
Yeah,
for the rest
true.
of our life.
This is true.
Most of the audience being small children.
That's probably what it is. It's
Yeah.
probably because most people who watch us,
Are too young to remember 9/11.
they were
and be
probably
affected
born
by it.
afterwards. Yeah.
They keep saying never forget. How are people forgetting?
Well, that's actually that's a good point though, because if a lot of people watching it are younger, then they wouldn't have.
Yeah, they don't-
They wouldn't have had any emotional impact.
They
when
don't
9/11
remember what
happened.
life was
And then
like
people,
beforehand.
then people who grew up with it get to go. You know what? I'm nostalgic for that. So it hits with 2 audiences.
I'll never forget.
I remember when that South Park episode went up. Those were good times.
Oh, the 9/11 one.
Yeah.
I remember. I watched that on my sister's iPod. What was that big iPod that?
The iPod Big.
It was the yeah.
Zune?
It was the first, not the Zune.
iPod Big.
It was the first one you could watch videos on. It was fat.
You mean the iPod Video?
Was it called the iPod
I
Video?
think so.
Talking about
was.
Nickelodeon's video now?
Mini
Yeah,
players?
the
tiny
little
thing?
the
I
little
used to
thing you
have
would
that.
put
I
in
had
Game
the
your
Boy Advance player?
in your Game Boy, and it would play it really shitty and
Yep.
bit crushed.
Oh, like it would play like
You
a
get, like,
3-second
one
Nickelodeon
episode.
clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had like very Odd Parents ones and stuff.
Yeah.
It's called Fairly
I
Odd
messed up my.
Parents.
I haven't watched that show in
You
years.
fucker.
Would
didn't
you
even have
guys?
cable.
You
Would you
fucker.
guys be on Fairly Odd Parents if they asked you to be guest
To a
stars?
voice? Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Why
And
would I
they
say
like
no?
they drew you
Yes.
in little triangles
As
and,
Super
and-
Mega?
yeah.
Like on Fairly Odd
What?
Parents?
Yeah. as the Super Mega logo.
It's that they call you slightly different names because you're fairies, so you have really big heads
Like Mac and Brian.
and tiny tiny bodies.
Mac and Ron.
Yeah.
But you're shipped together. You're dating in the show. That's the only reason they want you on.
Yeah, okay, so that's the stipulation is
Yeah, what would
you
you
can do
do?
the voices, but it has to be that you're a gay couple.
I do it.
I'd still do it because it's the Fairly Odd
I'd
Parents.
like, wow, I can't believe I get to be on Fairly Odd Parents.
Fucking busted.
Fucking busted.
figured it out, everybody.
No.
That's a good recording for the episode.
Yeah, they're gonna. I've been really far from the mic. I've been like in between 2 mics. I don't
Well,
even know.
maybe if we had more microphones.
I tried to move the mic right here between
Why
us.
don't
and
we
you
have
moved
enough
it over.
mics?
I don't know.
Why don't we?
Why
Huh?
don't we? Why don't we have more microphones?
Ryan, I would be perfectly not Ryan. Fucking shit. Never mind.
Just say it, Julie.
I always forget which one is which because I lump
What do you mean you forget which one?
Shut up! Let him speak.
I lump you together.
You lump us together?
I'm so sorry.
We're very different people.
That's really that
You
legitimately.
hang out with Matt more than you hang out with me.
legitimately, that's
Ryan,
really.
you never want to hang out with us.
You always say no.
Well, it's just because
He wants to stay home. I
Ryan,
understand.
I'm a
I understand
very-
because I'm the same way. Every time
true.
Ding Dong is like, "Let's go out," I always fight him on it. I hate going out.
I'm very sheltered. I just like being in my room.
Well, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Just know
Ryan.
you're always invited.
Invite
you.
all of us into your room.
Okay.
Have 20 people over.
To sleep.
I could I could play some video games for you boys.
That's my
to
favorite
entertain
thing.
you.
That's my favorite
It'd
thing.
be like a live Let's Play.
Everybody-
That's really exciting.
Can I get a microphone in there, put speakers, so it's like actually like on...
Yeah.
We could play it out on the street for people.
Project it out the window, yeah. And Ming can come and watch
What
it.
if you went to a comedy club and you just brought like a GameCube onto the stage?
That's the future. That's the future of stand-up. It's
Game Club's live.
Let's
You
Play.
know what? I would not be surprised if at some point soon, like next 5 years or something,
That's someone's shtick.
it's a comedy club where the back is a giant screen and they have a bunch of consoles hooked up.
Okay.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
And so people go and they do.
Don't suggest it. It's
They
gonna
do
become
Let's
a thing,
Plays.
Julian.
I'm
Don't suggest
predicting it. I'm predicting
I don't
it.
like this.
Let's play comedy
I don't like
clubs.
this.
That's really not a bad idea in terms of.
I think it's an
saying
awful
it-
idea.
It's a terrible
No,
idea.
I'm saying it's a good idea business wise because that would be popular. I'm
Yes,
sure.
it would be, but it would be fucking terrible at the same time.
Ding Dong, you are a Let's Player.
Yeah, we don't want to be.
Yeah, that's
Neither do we. Listen,
Excuse me.
I'm going to make an official statement here.
You're not allowed to say shit about BuzzFeed.
I'm going to make it. Oh my God, Ryan.
I see him like fidgeting. You need a fidget spinner. Calm down. Let's make a funny video about fidget spinners.
Whoa, it's popular and hip. Anyways.
This came at a perfect time, this spinner thing, because Ding Dong bought me one at the store, and I was like, oh boy.
That's because
I actually like the...
Because
They're fun.
I need things to do with my hands.
It's stress relief. It's
Yeah.
nice for
Here,
that.
like
I like those.
I don't
what
get
are the
why.
fidget cubes?
I don't
like
know
the
why it
fidget
became like
cubes.
a meme though. What the fuck is that about? Is that just anything now has to become memes?
Yes,
Because that
everything's a
happened with
meme.
Wendy's now because people were drawing the Wendy's girl. Now Wendy's itself is a meme. So if you say I like Wendy's, they're like, oh, you're just going along with the fucking meme.
Are memes created as like a protective mechanism? It's like these things are
That's what
popular,
it
but they
seems
still
like.
have to be
That's what it
somewhat
seems like.
relevant and cool. So to make them cool, the jokes about them are now cool.
You know what?
And the actual
I partially blame YouTube because that's what people do with clickbait content anyways. They look at what's popular, so that's why it becomes a meme. Like the fidget spinner. Now you have Freddy Fazbear plays with fidget spinner.
and calls the boss baby.
Yeah, I don't. I like. I'll be honest.
A
Fidget
movie,
spinners?
by the way, that did not do too great, but
You saw it.
The marketing,
The movie?
the toys and everything they're selling, that's making a lot of money. I saw it, yeah.
I was surprised it reviewed poorly.
Did you see it?
Did it? I assumed
Remember-
everybody would just love
Rotten
it.
Tomatoes
Has
was
anybody
like-
else seen it besides me on this couch?
I haven't seen it.
No,
I have not.
Rotten
I don't-
Tomatoes
I
it
don't
had like a
want to.
38 or something, and that amazed me because no matter how shitty an animated film is right now, it always will get beyond a 60.
Okay, Chris loved it.
Did he?
Yeah,
He said he loved it yesterday.
Really liked it.
I
give
think
it.
he did, yeah. I remember I saw it on Twitter. He said that.
Huh?
It's probably the second best movie Illumination has made.
That's not.
What's
saying
number one?
anything at all?
Minions.
What is number one? I'm curious.
I think the first Despicable Me was all right. The first one.
Like
I don't think it's a travesty. I just disagree with.
I'm
a
not
lot
saying
of
it's a good movie. I'm saying that's the best movie they've put out.
I mean, they haven't done very many good
That's
movies
what I'm
at
saying.
all,
They've done
so it
Despicable
doesn't mean
Me,
anything.
Despicable Me
Hey.
2, Minions, and then
Don't
Boss
forget the
Baby.
Lorax.
Angry Birds movie. I actually
yeah.
really enjoyed.
They did the Lorax.
Did they? Okay.
That was their lowest point.
By the way, I'll
I'll say
Efron.
fucking. I liked Minions better than fucking the Lorax.
Well, the Minions had a Tom and Jerry kind of feel in the beginning before like the narrator kind of ruined everything and the human
you mean
characters
the
came
Raving
and
Rabbit?
bullshit.
Oh, Minions.
Minions
Wait,
had like
the,
that.
the
you know,
exact same thing.
Minions in the. I thought they were
say
doing something.
Minions?
Minions.
Minions and they scream and run around. Ask you if you skateboard. If you Imagine a bunch of little Mings in like a Minions universe. They all go on the streets and lay 40 bottles.
Sorry, I just want to make. Do you think, Julian? Do you think the Minions movie would have been better without the narrator? I think it would have been.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
Oh,
I think I've only seen the second half because it's all the shit when they're in England and they're making.
I can't help myself.
Pop
I go
culture
see everything
references.
that's out. I went to go see King Arthur the other day.
How was that?
It was,
I would like-
It was
yeah.
It was a Guy Ritchie movie.
That's
just
the thing.
very
I would love to be able to
stylized, I
go
guess.
and see every single movie.
Yeah.
But since I can't, I
wouldn't
got to
see
be
Monster
selective.
Trucks.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see monster trucks.
You wouldn't see monster trucks with Ding Dong.
There was a rule for a while where I was like, I have to go see every single animated movie, and then
And you
I
saw
don't remember
Trolls.
what it was that broke it. Where I was just like, this is not worth it.
We saw Trolls and Sing.
You saw Sing on Christmas Day, right?
We
It
saw
wasn't Sing. It was
on
before
Christmas
that.
Day.
What a Christmas.
And I remember they had the song from Wham appear in the movie, and some people in the theater went, "Ooh," because that was right.
That was the
after
day he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
He died. That was sad.
It was his last Christmas.
What was that? He died.
Get
man.
it?
That's
Get it,
sad.
everybody? Isn't that funny? That's a
It
shock.
was George Michael's last Christmas. He didn't wake me up before he go-goed.
Matt.
What?
He go-goed to heaven.
I'm sorry. I like George Michael a lot.
I gotta also throw this in because I get to be paranoid about this every single time now. When I said it didn't do well, I just meant review-wise.
All right, which movie?
Boss Baby.
Oh yeah, it
That's
did
all I
very
meant.
well.
I'm
Oh,
sure
I
it
thought
made-
you meant
I'm
like
sure it made
I don't
money-wise.
like. I'm not sure if it made a lot in the box office, but
Look it
it's
up.
definitely
You know
going to
what?
make a
Look
lot
it
in
up.
marketing.
Look it up. Let's see.
I'll look it up. I got the phone out.
Is there any way to check how much it's made due to like toys and all that
Marketing people just make estimates by multiplying out like the budget.
shit? Okay.
Okay, let's see. Boss Baby.
Like that's why Ghostbusters wasn't
All right.
profitable.
It has a 53 on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.5 on IMDb, and a 50 on Metacritic.
But what about the box office?
Okay, let's look at
IMDb, and then you scroll to the bottom of the page, and it should tell you the numbers.
Who broke your phone?
It's not broken.
Who
It's
broke
the screen
your heart?
protector's broken.
Can I fix it, Matt?
My ass is gonna explode.
Yes, Julian. Jimmy Kimmel played the dad.
Yep.
Top box office. Hold on.
They may not have the numbers. Well, they should. It's been over.
Here, budget was 125 million, and opening weekend made 50 million. Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Oh wow. Okay.
Gross by May 16th, which was yesterday, was 162 million. So it made more than the budget.
Yeah, but that's the budget.
But they were marketing it like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
that's
might,
true.
It might not have been profitable at all. Because I happened to Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters seemed like, they made a decent amount, but
It's
then
because
you
they
find
spent it
out
all on.
they spent
yeah,
so much
on
fucking money
marketing.
on marketing it.
Can we take a break so I can shit?
Yes.
Fine shit.
Sure.
Okay. thank
We'll
you.
leave it going.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan's back.
Hey.
How was your shit?
It was
Yeah,
nice.
Describe
Why
it
you
in
out of breath?
detail.
Huh?
You're out of breath.
I had to go.
You had a
quick.
fun time in
I
there?
had to go very quickly.
There was a man in there, and let's just say it was a sticky situation.
Vernon.
Would you ever poop into somebody else's butt? Like the log goes in out of yours
Well,
into
what
theirs?
am I getting out of it?
Do you see my
No,
face?
Ryan, not you, Matt.
What is that?
Your butt has to stay clean. I'm asking about
What
his.
am I getting out of it?
Is their asshole already gaping, or do I have to like smush it in there?
It just it like just luckily it slides into it very easily.
Like a train.
It's just
going into
about
its
what
own-
you
Do I
how
get
you
anything?
feel
Are
about
you
the
saying,
situation.
Like, do I get anything in
Yeah,
return?
like there needs to be some
like
kind
it's not
of
just,
return.
hey, would you just do this for fun? No, I wouldn't.
It's a hot girl asks to do it with you.
no.
Why?
A
not?
girl that you think is attractive
No.
says,
Yes.
"Would you shit into my asshole?"
Yes.
No, because I'm still not getting anything.
You get to be with the hot girl and see your butthole.
Just
I
the
get this shit in a hot girl's
just the-
butt.
you get to see your butthole.
The fact that she thinks it's hot, like
Buttholes are great.
you
Her
don't want to,
butthole's
you
gonna
don't
be
want to,
smeared with my shit.
you don't
if I
want to
do this.
pleasure a girl. Is like
I'm voting yes on this one, Julian.
okay.
I
You know, two straight guys, the ladies, right? You shit in their butts, right? That's what you do.
Ryan,
yes.
would you, if your life, if I was going to die,
Yeah.
and the only way for me not to die was to shit in your mouth down your throat, would you do it?
Shit in my mouth down my throat.
Like I was gonna die.
How do I
unless-
shit in my mouth?
No,
Somebody-
I have to shit in your mouth or else I die.
Oh,
Why can't it be? I have to shit in your mouth or you die.
Because I'm putting this on you. What if you had to
But you're
intake
also
my
really
shit?
horny, and there's a hot girl, and she wants you to shit into
In
her
her
butt.
butthole.
So it has to pass through your entire
God.
body, come back out, and go into her.
I see it right. My mom is sitting on the couch with her iPad, with her headphones in right now, listening to this. As she does with every podcast.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Watson.
She's just sitting there, just.
I'm sorry.
And my
This
mom's
is- this
just
is-
sifting through kids' pictures of me, posting them, just posting them without my permission. Just going, I wonder which one I can post today without him, without
And
his
interact
permission.
with people that like Ryan. Well, Mom,
Her Instagram kind of looks like a fan account. That's why it's weird.
congratulations on 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
I keep getting misled because there's like 4 different people on Twitter now that use your avatar and have names that.
Oh,
are
like haha,
exactly-
Brat Watson and stuff.
Yeah.
I get misled. I see them sometimes, and I'm like, I didn't know that's not me.
Are you like, whoa, he tweeted?
Chris favorited one of their tweets because he thought it was you.
Oh no, no, no! Did he unfavorite it?
No.
That means they're just as funny as you.
Man.
You need to.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh my god.
Because Chris
Matt.
saw it, was like, Chris got pleasure and was like, "This is funny, Matt," and favorited it.
Matt.
Chris.
You're
Is that more of a
Wait,
thing
is
on
that more
Matt
of me or Chris?
Matt, you're replaceable.
No, I'm not.
It's just the idea of Matt Watson. It's not who he actually is.
Matt Watson is everybody's ideal.
Matt Watson is an idea.
Matt Watson is.
It's a way. It's a way of thinking.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. Yeah.
Like nepotism.
Let's all. Let's all be Matt Watson.
Anyone can be Matt Watson. You can be Matt Watson. You can be Matt Watson.
Everybody was like Matt
You're
Watson.
Matt Watson. You're Matt Watson.
If everybody was like Matt Watson,
No, you're Matt Watson. It's my
not gonna
opinion
say
that
it.
you're
Say it,
Matt
Ding Dong.
Watson.
Like Ding Dong was saying something.
I get cut off so often.
Oh,
Ding Dong.
I'm sorry. I
Say
was
it. I
trying
want
to be real funny,
I'm not
man.
gonna say it anymore.
If
Why not?
everybody was Matt Watson.
Say it or I'll fucking punch you.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying it.
If everybody was Matt Watson, finish it.
Do we have to burp you to get this out?
I'm not gonna say it.
Do we have to sing you a song?
But I have made my decision. I'm not going to say it. I attempted it 3 times.
This is the lost joke. It's gonna be like SpongeBob's The Lost Episode, except Ding Dong's.
We'll
the
never
lost
know the
joke.
ending to if everybody was Matt Watson. ... What is
Are
it?
you implying that it's a string of walk cycles? It's just Ding Dong flopping his
He's
arms.
shaking his head.
He looks like he's about to cry. Are you about to cry?
Gonna cry? Gonna cry?
Yeah, what if Ming walked in
Well,
and
your mom
asked if
gonna
you were
cry?
I'd be really happy if Ming walked in.
Have you ever
wouldn't.
seen her before? Have we shown you?
I thought I saw.
You thought you did. It wasn't her, though.
Okay.
She does not have dreads. Do you
I'll
want...
send you a video next time I see her in the.
I have a You want to see a video of it right now?
I do.
It's slow
I
motion.
sent you a bunch of videos. I forgot to save them.
This is her screaming in slow motion.
Who'd you send it to?
In a group with you and Christian on Instagram.
I could get along with Ming. I can
All right,
scream.
this is Ming screaming and play.
Have 2 channels. Have Ming sings and Ming screams.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Do you have it not in slow motion?
No, I only have it in slow motion.
Can you pitch it down so we can hear her actual scream?
You know what? That might have been me screaming.
Why were you screaming at her?
You see, she's doing shit.
She's casting spells.
Yeah, she's fucking casting spells out there. That's what she's dancing
she's a
around.
cave wizard.
She's doing counter spells.
Someone's trying to cast bad spells on her, and she's doing counter spells. This is what she does.
She's saving your life every day.
She's putting a circle of protection around your apartment.
This is her mannerisms.
No one can see this, Matt.
But yeah, I'm letting you see. That's what she does, right?
Yeah, she's very sassy.
That sounds very entertaining.
She's like a homeless.
How does she have that much energy? I'd
'Cause
get
she's on
tired.
methamphetamine?
I'd get tired.
Okay,
Not on meth.
what if that is what she's doing? She's doing protection spells this whole time. That's why she's putting the glass bottles in the street. That's to protect you.
It's part of rituals and
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah,
it's
it's a force
charm.
field.
What if she's specifically protecting us?
She goes,
It wards
wall
off
of,
evil
wall of
spirits.
glass, and then she puts a bottle down.
She's letting genies free to protect the. Dude, what if just one day we looked out in the alleyway and Ming is out there and she doesn't think anyone's around and she just shoots a little fireball out of her palm,
Like just for the hell of it.
like just shoots little sparks? I would freak out.
Remember that time I told you what would you do if you were walking through the alley? You looked up like to the right and on the building she was like creepily attached like Spider-Man to the side of the building.
Her head was like 180 around.
Yeah.
And she's.
What are the sound effects they use for spiders? How do they do that sound?
I hate the bug sounds they use where it's like. I can't do it. It's like crackling and slimy and
Yeah. Like in the close-ups of the nature documentaries where it's like
where they add like the ant sound effects.
Yeah.
I used to think those were actually ant sounds. Like ants made those sounds up close.
they got a little boom guy.
a tiny little
boom microphone.
He's riding on him.
It's a full sized man, like a regular person, and he has to hold this tiny
With
little
tweezers.
boom mic.
Now I want to make a tiny camera crew and like go out and take a picture of filming little ants. Ding dong, finish that joke. If everyone was Matt Watson.
It wasn't even a joke to begin
If everyone
with.
was Matt Watson,
Finish the thought.
No!
We'll get it out of you someday.
You never get it. You never get it now. If you're gonna cut it off 3 times in a row,
I
I'm not
didn't.
gonna
Julian cut it off. I didn't say shit. I
was
was
me.
listening.
I'm not gonna say.
I'm
it.
sorry.
Look what you've done, Julian.
You fucked us over for the
This
last
happened
time.
earlier, and everyone's gonna notice it in the podcast. I tried to speak 10 different times.
We all tried to speak and we all talk.
We
over
all
each
talk-
I'm gonna
other.
talk over you now. How about that?
That's what it is.
Now I'm gonna do it again.
We've done. Just turn Matt, you're having an aneurysm right now.
Okay,
What's
here,
going
Because I'm
on?
thinking about how many
He's having a
viewers we just
panic
lost.
attack.
I gotta pee. Take this opportunity to make all the jokes you want.
2 microphones in his mouth. That's a good joke.
Can you fit 3?
Hey, now we each get a microphone, though.
Can we have 4 microphones maybe?
Let's talk about why we're missing microphones.
Okay,
because
let's
a little
talk
someone
about-
by the name of Vernon Shaw came in right before, Wednesday is when we record Super Mega every week, and Vernon came in and said,
Can this be-
I'm gonna have to take these mics, and stole the mics.
Can this be in the video?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, it could be in the video.
It deserves to be in the video.
Calling Vernon out.
Did you hear that?
Responde, s'il vous plaît.
It's actually pronounced GIF.
Yeah, bullshit. You know what?
GIF.
It's called graphic.
Graphic,
not G. Yeah, graphic.
Just because he made a word doesn't know he knows how to pronounce
Just
it.
because the fucking stupid
He's an old,
creator-
senile, stupid idiot man.
For those who don't know, the creator of GIFs said that it's pronounced GIF.
He's been saying
He
this.
doesn't know shit. That's so stupid.
It's GIF. I'm sorry.
It's GIF.
And then after saying that, he made a stinky in his diaper. He said, "Oh."
He's just embarrassed because he messed up his own fucking word, and now he's like trying to backtrack.
He's too
and say,
prideful.
Nope.
He's too
He
prideful
wants
to go
attention.
back.
He wants attention. He wants attention. He's gonna make a YouTube video.
What? And he's back, everybody. Okay. Julian, my man, get back on the couch.
dying without me.
Julian, get back on.
Julian, is it GIF or GIF?
It's GIF, right?
Okay, good.
Oh, thank
Is it
God.
Julian or Julian?
It's Ghoulian. Because
actually kinda
I'm a
cool.
ghoul.
It's grueling.
Little Grulian.
What do you think of
disgusting.
oatmeal?
I love
I
oatmeal.
love oatmeal.
Brown sugar.
I hate oatmeal.
Brown sugar cinnamon oatmeal.
Oatmeal
is, the
is
best.
like the thing that I hate the most.
Is it really?
All foods.
Julian, I love oatmeal.
I hate it.
Yeah,
good.
I like
Oatmeal's
dinosaur
good.
eggs. You like dinosaur egg oatmeal at least?
I've heard of it. I've never had it.
What? Have you had dinosaur eggs, Ding Dong? It's good stuff.
What do you think of oatmeal baths?
I've never had one. Isn't that for chicken pox?
Probably.
Yes, for chicken pox.
I think yeah, I had an oatmeal bath when I was a kid.
You know,
I
it's
got
because your parents
chickenpox.
were trying to cook you.
Yeah,
Trying to
that's
make
why I'm
Julian
so
oatmeal.
big and meaty.
Try to make grueling. My favorite dish. Put Julian in a big bathtub.
Am
pour
I
some oats in
your
there.
favorite
I'll take
dish,
a
Matt?
bowl of grueling, please.
Okay, hold on. Wait, gruel is the it's like the stuff they ate in Oliver Twist, right? And it's also cum coming out of a vagina, right?
What?
Where do you?
I've never heard that.
Gruel.
You could say that about cum too.
I've never heard that.
No,
Never.
I'm serious. It's gruel is a. I'm not.
I read it on Urban Dictionary. It said Hillary Clinton is devil.
Well, this just says gruel is a portmanteau of the words great and cool.
What?
This word was accidentally.
the fuck is that?
Did you
Who says that?
Did you misspell it?
Who says gruel, dude?
No. Gruel is when gross stuff's coming out of the pussy.
I've never heard that
I've never
once
heard
ever.
of that before.
There's a whole subreddit for it.
No, there
What?
isn't.
Yes.
Isn't that just called cream pie?
Chris called you gruelian, and Chris and I both laughed about it because we both figured
Because
it out.
it sounds funny.
No, I'm gonna call Chris right now and ask